All right, let me see how this is working. I don't see my chat anymore, which is a bit interesting. I don't know if anyone's here because of it, so that's okay. All right, save that. Someone's here and can say hello. I'm curious if it's going to pop on my screen because I've now added it to my tab, which you may be able to see. All right. Or if you are from one of my kingdoms and you believe you are chatting and I'm not seeing it, feel free to ping me on Discord because I should be able to see everything. So, if not, that's a bit of a predicament. Which I can fix the same way I did last time, but you guys won't be able to see chat, which is what I was trying to set up for this stream. But yeah, I guess we'll just figure that out as we go. No one has pinged me yet. I don't believe I have. Yeah, there's no delay. It's just so weird. Why is there no chat panel? Streaming is a weird art. Something I have not learned yet. Maybe if I do this. Okay, so I saw, this is so weird. I saw what you said, but the application on the screen where you see that little bar above where my image is in the bottom left, that's supposed to be a chat that you guys can see. So if I refresh it maybe? Yeah, it's a bit small though. Alright, let me keep playing around with it, but how y'all doing? Just getting this going. Alright. This is a more casual stream. I didn't really set up obviously a lot of broadcasting for it like I did the last one. But yeah, so what I have to do in this stream is set up I have to get more flux. Which is always a good start. I have to get more flux. I need to do the event. What's it called again? I'm blanking here. The Golden Kingdom on both my main and my restart. And once that's golden, I am set up. So I just need to figure that out. But yeah, if I don't manage to figure out the chat, you guys are just gonna have to suck it up for today because I don't know exactly what's wrong with it. I am also setting it up via ChatGPT, so I'm sure you guys can imagine that's sketchy at best. But hopefully, you know, it's not like ChatGPT is terrible. Let's see. Does that fix anything? Okay, that's a little better. Maybe if I could get a dark background for the names, or what do you guys think? I've got chat coming on screen now. That's the improvement for this this live stream. Trying to change something each time. But yeah, it's light text, right? So maybe if I ask for a dark background to the names. You want to see the marches on my main? I could show them off. I was actually looking at them earlier today with a kingdom mate. You could also see our RCF here has started. So we're rebuilding it to get stuff. You trade in resources for these chests. I can open them on stream too. But yeah, so you want to look at all my gear? We can do that. It's always a fun time showing off my gear. Oh, I'm going to the wrong thing. So if you don't know, if you go to the egg event or a hammer event and you click this to select your gear, same for the hammer event, and you click up here, this is a new addition. So you can see all my gear that I have, and I believe, yes, you get the attributes. I don't think there's a way to get the armaments here, but that makes sense because it's not an armament event, I guess. So, but yeah, you can see I am relatively okay right now. This is my barbarian set. But I plan to field this march, and probably these two if my resources and speed ups are holding. Oh, I don't have music on. Damn, I'm a mess right now, guys. I apologize. Alright, if that gets too loud, just let me know. But, alright, let's see. Is this chat working? Yeah, the chat seems to be fine. So right now, this account, the main account here, is 2877, which is in KVK. We just entered. It's a pretty good KVK. How many speed ups do I have? So I just did the trade in. So I could show off my speeds, but I also, where is it? I also am pushing Game of Power, so I'm up 660k right now. Just because I just finished my QSH, so I'm very low on gold heads. I think I have like 60, so I'll just take a quick win in that, hopefully. So as far as resources, items wise, you can see that combined. I have this. I have to point out that I actually have 2 farms that I didn't grab the resources from before KVK, because hopefully, you know, that keeps me responsible so that when I do go back after, I get more resources from it. But yeah, so for now, this is kind of my resource setup. I also love my kingdom, and the leadership doesn't seem like they quit anytime soon, so I don't really care about my bag. I'm happy to use it for this KVK, so that's fine too. And then speed ups wise, it's nothing crazy. It's a pretty modest amount. I kept 200 days of speed ups for build. I actually kept a lot more than I planned. I went into that trade-in event, which I made a video about, if you don't know what I'm talking about. I think I had 1,300 days of research. So I traded almost 600 in. I got about 550 days of training. Now I'm down to just under 500. And, you know, I mean, any of you that have played KVK before know that this 109 is going to be 0 as soon as my zone 5, you know, starts happening, which is fine. That's what it's for, right? It's meant to be used. So you can see it's not bad. And as I'm sure you read, it doesn't count these. So it doesn't count all these millions and millions that I pick, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's not crazy. You can see people with a lot more, but this isn't a bad start. And yeah, so you could just see that. I've got some decent numbers of things, like 178 of these, you know, a couple thousand of each. This is usually one of my most impressive things, which is 50% boost these. Equipment. So I actually am very, very unsure what I'm doing right now, because I have enough materials for some stuff, but I have 3 iconic crystals. So with 3 crystals, as well as I also have a ring, I believe it is. I have a ring pattern somewhere here. So I'm debating if I want to make a ring or I can also buy another pattern. So that's another thing I could do, right? I have enough currency to grab a horn or you know, I don't need a pendant, but something here. Yeah, I can fight quite a bit. I think that, you know, this is going to be a massive Zone 5 fight. We're going to fight East Anglia here. You can see them gearing up. But this is going to be a really massive fight. That probably will be like a 4 or 5 day straight fight, I would think, at least. So these resources, you know, you have a lot, but they go quick pretty, you know, they don't last as much as you think. And I'm aware of that. So I do have some things set up where I could go back to Home Kingdom and grab some farms. And again, like I said earlier, I do have 2 farms still. So it's not, I'm not like freaking out about it. I think I'll be fine. So. But yeah, so this is kind of my current situation. The next thing I need to do, yeah, I'd love to rate some accounts. If you have, I mean, I want to do a video series on that, and I was going to wait until I was more, you know, I had like my own Discord and things like that going. But if you have my Discord, or if not, I could put in this chat. I'll happily rate your account for a vid. I mean, I'll make a video out of it. So I have no problem going through it all, but you will either have to send me a video of you going through it or screenshots, and I could just talk about it. That's fine too. But yeah, I'm going to get some flux right now, so hopefully I do that without leaking my credit card. That would be pretty embarrassing, wouldn't it? And then the other thing I have to do is all of the Golden Kingdoms, as well as, oh, this song is a little too hype for this moment. I'll try this out. Okay, let me see. What do I want to buy? I have the flux up on my other screen here. What do I need? So I have some flux, which you'll see here. I have a $20, a 10, and a $2.99. But what I need is, I need a 5 for Lucerne. I actually haven't opened, like I haven't gotten this yet, which is pretty funny. I also will need a 5 because I'm running up the mountain bundle. So because of that, and I think I said I had a 10, right? Did I have a 10? Yeah, I do. So I'm actually gonna grab the, where are they? Sorry, like I said, it's on another monitor, so you guys are probably thinking I'm crazy right now. Let's grab the 10 $5 fluxes. You'll get to see this all in my mail in like literally a second. It's funny, so I'm not used to having that restart account that I have, but I have to always double check now where I'm sending the flux. Alright, we're in business. So you can see here, I got my bonus, as well as my 10 flux. Thank you, I appreciate that. I have to remember not to open my chats too much, just because who knows what's going to go on in there. But yeah, so now I have this. We're going to crack open the Lucerne. And we'll open all this while I'm here, because why not? Here we go. I also love doing it this way, because the amount of stuff you get all at once feels pretty rewarding. Hey, look at all this. I'll open these right now. Okay. So yeah, you could send it to me in game too. I mentioned Discord. But if you want to just do that, you can. Ooh, you missed it. I showed it all off already. You're too slow. Now it's just me getting flux and stuff. Preparing to do the mountain bundle. That'll be the next thing I grab. But yeah, let's open some of these. I'm getting really close to the pity. I actually don't think I've ever shown off my armaments in this account, and it's pretty brutal actually. I am so bitter and angry about it. Here, I'll show it a little. So look at this. This is my scroll slot. Look at all these doubles, right? This looks pretty cool, all these doubles. I've got a crazed double. I've got another crazed double. I've got this, which is just garbage. I just refuse to scrap it because it's a double. This is pretty cool, and I'm debating if I want to figure out a way to make use. Yeah, the screenshots in game work. That's totally fine, and I'll do a account review, probably as a video this week, to be honest. So, or maybe it's next week, but it'll be very soon. And then another crazed. So I have one crazed. This is a single. 2 crazed, 3 crazed, 4 crazed. I have 4 crazed and 5 doubles for 1 slot. And obviously, you can't really use crazed because what you want to use is hunter. So you can't even make use of it. You can't even use. I have literally so many doubles and so many crazed that I can't even use. So my only option is to transfer it, but again, like, I can't transfer it here because I have Toppler. This is a pretty cool armament, right? 2%. But you know, I don't know. It's a tough one. Why is my? I'm looking at my stream overlay and I'm going over gear in my overlay. That's bizarre. I'm not. Oh, it's like way out of whack. That's weird. I guess that's fine. Who cares? I don't need to see the right stream. You guys have to see the right stream. So yeah, I am a crazed collector. I am, and I am pissed off. Yeah, it's making me crazy. I'm going crazy. But what I do have, which is pretty cool, is I'm at 5, which is not bad, and I'm at 45 till I'm done. So what I was thinking of doing, and I have to check when the date is, maybe one of you know, but next time we get an armament event, I was thinking about buying it, which if Oob, who is in this kingdom with me, is still here, he'll laugh at me for that. But because he knows how much I've spent on random armaments, so that'll be funny. But yeah, so I'm set now. I just got my Lucerne. I need to finish setting up my home gang, which is like a Sunset Canyon basically. Let's just do this, and that gets me these points for stratagems. This is my team. I just added some, people in my kingdom with me. Since I'm not a rally garrison lead, it's not really the most vital that I have, the best of people, which is okay. So I just want to see something quick because now I just stocked up. So yeah, I'm not gonna grab this, not right now. I'll wait for the mountain warfare and I'll max the mountain warfare probably. Besides the golden, I'll stop at silver. If I want to do silver, I'll grab another one though. That'll be off stream. I have to think about it. But yeah, so let's get into it. Oob, are you still here? Because I will show my gear off one more time if you are here. I'll give you a second to say something in the chat. And then, depending on that, I'll start Golden Kingdom. I could do it here first. And then, yeah, I'm going to pronounce your name Batu. I don't know if that's correct, but I will make a video out of it, and you could be episode 1 of the account reviews that I wanted to do and plan to do. So that works out for me. I assume you don't mind, or you want to send it to me on stream, so that's kind of how I'm operating. Alright, so Oob, I don't see anything from you, and so I'm going to send my marches back out and start doing Golden Kingdom while keeping this going. I'm trying to find something in territory so it's a little bit of a faster gather. I don't really care what it is either, but I think seems like it's going to be counterintuitive with how long it's going to take to march. Alright, let's get this going. So I'm basically just gonna run a very normal ooh, I was talking about you could see my gear. I wasn't trying to see anything from you. But I'll have to change this. So I just finished QSH. I think I mentioned that. But yeah, I'll show it off after I do this accounts or this characters thing. Alright. I don't really care too much about this. I'm just gonna kind of speed run this. I don't feel like being here for the rest of my life trying to do 2 Golden Kingdoms. But yeah, so we have a super big fight coming next week against the strongest camp in my KVK, which is always I'll line it up, which is always exciting, right? And I will be streaming the hell out of that, so definitely be prepared to see that. Did that autoplay? No. Alright, let us keep going. Whenever you lost it, I don't like that one. We'll do this. I am curious if any of you are or consider yourself experts in this. Let me know what I, am doing right and wrong, because I definitely don't know this event the best. I will kill these for the extra money early on. Grab a free buff. I like this kind of music for these chill streams. I feel like it fits the vibe much better. Though I don't have a war playlist yet, so I don't know if you guys feel like this would work or if I should get a different playlist. I can do whatever. I think for bosses I'll do it manually. Can you imagine being like a Wild Lion or Mr. Hope where you just don't even think about it, you just do it? Because every march is just max gear, max armaments. That would be pretty sick. Ooh, got some good stuff here. Alright. So what I'm really hoping for, and this is decent. And he is tank gear. Alright, which one should I do? I think I will do the Ragnar because he is a little bit tankier. And I have a lot of skill damage amplification with armaments and skills. So, well, that is something that I am curious to hear because I'm sure people may have other opinions. Troop cap is really important. I know that. So the only other thing I need is the God, what is it called? My mind is blank right now. The only other thing I need is the extra march. That's what I was thinking of. So hopefully I'll get that in the next round of the boss. I need extra march and I need 15% troop cap. That's the goal here. And then we'll gear up towards the boss. As I try to do this quick enough that I can get to my other account within a reasonable time. I think once we get past like level 8 maybe, I'll start doing my own besides bosses, but I'll start doing my own setups manually. I'll do this. Swap you. AoE. Okay, this is a really good one. I'll take that. Alright. So next I want to get some stuff. This is a good one too. It's an AoE debuff and I always push AoE. So I think we'll take a heal. Yeah, we'll heal. It's fine. So now I'm topped off. Alright. Alright, so if you do have Discord, anyone, and there is something that is wrong with the stream or I'm not seeing your chat, you are welcome to ping me. Ooh, almost tried to skip it. So, But if not, I do try to pay pretty close attention to the chat. Getting a little bit stronger now. Oh, good. Alright, so once I get that 6th troop on the field, I now have, I think, 7 marches. Oh, an Aethel. Ooh, another QSH. That would be cool. But, ooh, this would be a nice background. I may actually commission this from the art team, the Lilith team. That was a really nice background. Yeah, you know, oh, is this new? I've never seen this. Extends the duration of percentage buffs. That sounds pretty damn strong, but I know this is good. I'll stick with that. So is the anchor's for the outside tank, right? I know I don't have that set up, but let me take a look. Because the only problem there, right? Like it would be here. The only problem there is I'd have to look at it every time. So, oh, I can't add the anchor now. Damn, I forgot. Alright, well that's tough. I would have to do that before. Alright, relic is hit cap. We'll just use the weak ones here. Grab that. Fight you. Actually, I should grab the buff first. I did that out of order. Gain a shield when I defeat a heal. Reduce all damage. So I'm gonna take the shield because I want to try and get the also buff where it shrugs off the shield and does damage. Because that'll just, whenever you start with more damage, that's generally a good thing. Because it starts off with some initially high trades. That's crazy. I totally missed the patch notes where they said they added new buffs into this. I don't know if that's like a brand new thing or it was like a hidden patch. But they've been doing a lot recently that people don't see. Yo, ooh, 500. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Alright, come on. Time to get the 5th March? No. Alright, whatever. Alright, listen, I'm going to the other account once I finish this account. I just have to finish the Golden Kingdom. You wanna see 73? Is that the Trash Kingdom? Because I know it's not 77. I know you're not talking about my main kingdom. Alright, these are generally pretty strong. Let me see here. Yeah, we'll do this. And we'll grab double blessings. So if I can get 15% capacity and... Oh, there's a weird bar from the chat panel, isn't there? I just noticed that. You're drunk. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Calling this kingdom trash. Alright, this is a sick asset. I really gotta ask for this from the game, from the Lilith devs. I gotta get a screenshot. Maybe I'll go back in the stream afterwards. Ooh, Shajar. That'll be a nice tank. Alright. Yeah, well, it seems like I can't do the anchor because I already set up my lineup, which is a bit of a shame. We'll tank it like that. Oh, I just took it off fast. Let me see though. Well, he'll go out there, right? Yeah. Yeah. So this. I'm getting so much stuff right now. Alright, so the chat thing is a work in progress. I don't know, I think the right bar showed up because there's now more chats than just one bar of chats. So if you guys want, I could try to fix that quick, but it'll take a moment of tech focus. That's up to you guys. If it's not bothering you, then I'll leave it. No. This is really good. I always love when you're in the last level and it shows you how many times things procced. It's just like, yep, you got this 210 times. Like, oh god damn, 210 times. Let's I don't really want this. You know what? I think you with your Lohar and, you know, belly, not even belly prime, would do a great job against my QSH. I think you guys would be amazing. So, but yeah, I am excited for our KVK 1 where we can just totally go to town on people who don't know anything about the game, just bully players essentially. This is a tough one. I'm gonna delete this. There's some good stuff here. I may sell or delete this. Let's do that. Do I have a siege weapon? Yeah. We'll keep that. I'll do this. It gets so powerful on the floors with like 2 arrow towers and that type of stuff. But this overlay thing is now bothering me. So let me see if I can figure this out. Get rid of the scroll. Okay. I'm quite literally using ChatGPT to write the code for the stream. Cookie, yeah, to my knowledge, Cookie is somewhat of a beginner. I think he's played in SOC, or not SOC. I think he's played in early KVKs, but not KVKs like this. Alright, let me see if this fixed it. 1 second. Gotta edit the code really quick. Okay. Oh, that doesn't seem to have worked. Did it? Alright, that's okay. That didn't work, but that's okay. I don't mind. This is super good. So let's just keep going. God, I have so many good marches right now that if I don't get to use them, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Alright. Yeah, it's funny. It's pretty soon you guys are gonna hear me headbanging on these music, especially when we're doing the war streams and I'm like vibing. Gonna get some silly moments from me. You guys already recruited the other 2K. What is your main again? Why don't I remember who your main is? I can't recall what your main is, but you're confusing me with these statements. Basically a 3v1. What are you even talking about, man? Jeez. I mean, the power difference between 74 and 73 on my restart KVK is still pretty bad against us. So, until those migrations actually happen, it is definitely not in our, you know, full favor. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, now I know who you are. I'll remember that, hopefully. Oh, so this is decent. The only shame about this one is that it doesn't count previous spend stuff. So I'm just gonna go to town basically later on. Oh, I didn't even realize I took those. I must have got this auto given to me. Let's we'll kill you. Oh, sweet. Alright. I don't have too many more chances for a 6th March to be granted. Oh, damn it. I wasn't fucking paying attention. I got distracted. I was reading Frank's message. That's my fault. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's just all about how things stay together, right? I think we have a lot of new players and stuff. Spin this you're talking about? I do that for... Oh yeah, it does. Look at that. I do that for the tavern. I didn't know it also worked here. That's good to know. Okay. Well, I am excited for that, for them to come, because I also plan to make a video out of it. So you know, I've got a lot of videos right now. I'm gonna do an account review for Batu. I'm gonna do a merge video for that. I have a stratagems video I don't think I've made yet. What if you told me that one of my top players were coming for migration? Sure, I could believe that. I mean, unfortunately you couldn't type it out in English, but I can believe that. It's KVK 1. Things happen. Oh, I got it. Alright. Well, I didn't get the other skill, but we're halfway there. In 3 seconds. Yeah, well, the tavern, it makes a big difference because you're opening like 10 chests a day. So I need to spend all my currency. 30%. I mean, I could delete a 30%. Can I use this? Yeah, we'll use this. So let's do that. We'll grab a... what do I want to do here? This is good. And then I think I'm just going to delete a 30% and buy a 30%. I could. You want me to speak French? No, I'm kidding. I can't speak French. I don't know, man. I'm just playing around. But, you know, teach their own. I can't speak French at all, so I always am jealous of people who are bilingual. Just makes me hate you more. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. But yeah, I wish I was bilingual. I did try to learn French once, actually. It's a funny story. Did not last long. Welcome, welcome. I couldn't quite figure out how to get rid of that scroll bar that you see on your screen, but if it's too annoying, I will stop for a second to try and figure it out. Damn, you speak 3 languages? God, you gotta teach me. What do I want to do here? I don't know. Yeah, the one reason I haven't made... Yes, I got it. Let's go. That was what I wanted earlier that I was talking about. The one reason I haven't made something like a sunset video or, you know, Lost Canyon, something like that, is because I am just so bad at the lineups that someone would basically have to make the video for me. So that's been holding me back a bit. Oh, I forgot to... Wow, I am so bad. Alright, so I can't skip lineup because I have to put the 6 march in. Yes, I am American. Hopefully that doesn't make you hate me. So go either way. So interesting thing I just noticed I didn't know. So they're all level 60, but they aren't 6 stars. Hey Apex. Did you answer my question in Discord earlier? Because I need to... No, you didn't. When you get a chance, Apex, if you could take a look at that Canyon chat. Thanks for hopping in. I'm making you work. QSH Jar, I think, is going to be the move here. We'll do... Let's try this. Let's try... God, I'm so bad at this. Alright. I don't know if there's enough. Oh, you're a different Apex? Damn. Different Apex. That's embarrassing. That's okay. Alright, I don't think there's enough time for me to make use of this. I think this is by far the best choice. And we'll just go straight into the next one. I am East Coast, and that is pretty much. Oh wow, this is gonna be a brutal stage. Oy, yikes! I've got double, and I've got that out all the way there. Yeah, I figured he was Sabito after it was an Apex. I saw the SAB. Damn, this is tough. What do I even do? I guess I could use the heal after. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, I think we're gonna go this way. I know these also add into it, but it is what it is. Damn, I have so many. God damn. This was a good item. I needed that. Let us. So if I this is like the last chance I get to. It sucks that I didn't get to use these guys at all. That's okay. Let's line them up. Oh, you're from Sweden. Nice. I've always wanted to go to those, like the Nordic, the Isles over there, pretty much. I want to go to Sweden, Norway, all those different countries. Never really been anywhere near there, so that'd be a dream, I suppose. For every 100 you have, every time I use the same. I don't think I have almost any single target skills, so that's kind of that. Alright, let's give this a go. Let's see, I have a lot of buffs. I also don't have a ton of health. Let's just kill him. Straight up shoot him dead. I never made use of this. That's unfortunate. They really should add a like 50k damage to that, the same as the arrow towers have. Alright. Oh, I didn't know it was the same every time. So let's set this up. ZL is out here. You're gonna want Nevsky out here. My QSH is this. I think we'll do that. Something like this is probably what I'll run. What do we think? Is this the move? I'm not skipping this. I always run out, or I either usually win or run out of time. And my concern here is health. Yeah, I'm totally with you. The satisfaction from just sending like 6 bolts into him, it's crazy. I mean, I think they lost what, 5 million power? Yeah, 4.2. Alright, so Trajan's gonna tank. He's gonna buff all these. Nevsky's gonna jump into the waterfall. Perfect. They're all just eating at ZL. As BQ tanks a little bit, and his expert will make him live. Oh, I forgot I went with the Shajar. I should have changed that. That's okay. Or I would have at least put him in the front so he'd tank. That was kind of an error, but that's alright. I think I'm going to win, actually, so I'm not too concerned. These marches are really strong down here, so they're going to wreck the ZL and then fold in, as long as time isn't an issue. I wonder... Let me make this a little smaller. Alright. God, I wish I knew how to do that. Get rid of that bar. But I guess it's not the biggest issue right now for this. This is more of just like hanging out. Alright. It's funny, he literally is standing in the waterfall. So, as far as my KVK marches are concerned, I am not sure if I want to run my 2 cav like I have it, where it's Nevsky Jones still, which is very outdated, but that's what I have, and Arthur William. That's what I did last KVK, but I don't have Huo and I don't have Philip. So, with that said, what I sometimes did when I ran out of resources last KVK, and I was like running on fumes, is I dropped the... I dropped to 1 cav and I did Nevsky Arthur, which actually worked pretty well for me. Alright, this looks good. So once he dies, they're gonna fold in. I think I'm gonna win. It's always a question of time, but I think I'm fine. I forgot the QSH was here. I just wish I had a different march there. The weird part is their Nevsky is attacking Arthur and Arthur's just not taking damage. Like, why is this happening? Arthur's basically as if he never was hit. It's so strange. I mean, that's a good thing. I'm not really complaining, but it's just such a weird thing. But yeah, let's keep this going. Is the Zuge immortal? Well, they have like 600,000 health. It's crazy. And that's not even a tanky march, right? That Zuge. But I think my Arthur's immortal. I mean, Nevsky's hitting into him, and he is at like 95% probably. He just took 40. He's taking 43 damage. Whoa, is the damage like tuned down? Why? I'm dealing 57. It's so strange. Yeah, as soon as he's dead and they fold in, I mean, this is gonna go very quick. And then I just have Trajan Constantine tanking these two guys. But it is a question of time, right? He has pretty healthy 2 marches here and a minute 30, so we're gonna see. Yeah, QSH just does work, and we'll obviously get to see the stats after. That's how they always do it, and I'm sure it's gonna be gross. I'm sure QSH is doing work right now. I mean, this QSH probably did decent, but mine obviously has the gear and whatnot on it. So, but look at these numbers. It's just never-ending numbers. It's and keep in mind, right, this is exactly why I said that you should be taking the percentage chance stuff. Because, like, think about it this way. I think I took something that was like 30% chance on AoE skill damage to deal an additional skill damage factor. Look how much skill damage is popping, right? So, even with 20 seconds left, the amount of just procs on procs on procs that you're going to see, which we'll see the data for after. Alright, 15. About 6 marches cooking it to Huo. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to get it. It's going to be like 99%. Oh no. I don't think I'm getting it. I think it's going to be 99. 99%. Oh my god. Oh my god. I got 99%. That's so bad. I got 99. Oh my god. That sucks. Time used. This is what I was talking about. Oh, basic attacks. 646 times. 603 times. Moves that shield that I'd mentioned. Damn, that's crazy. I got 99%. Oh my god, that's brutal. That's just a meme of this event. I have to run it all the way back on my terrible restart. Ugh. This is so crazy. Oh my god. Oh, this is brutal. I mean, we're talking like 2 crystal keys. I'm not upset. I don't care. But that's so funny. Oh, I gotta send my gatherers. Yeah, Oob, actually, the one in the stream here, one of the people here, showed me a stratagem, which I'll point out to you guys in a second. Give and take. Oh, I hit 25 mil. That you get extra crystals by farming. So I'm doing that right now. It's gonna take a bit of time to make use of. But yeah, let's see. Is Scaramouche is here? Maybe not. He may have left. Went to sleep. Alright, let's see. I don't have enough for the next thing I wanted to get. So I think what I'm gonna do is set up my home gang, just up the stuff. How do I do this? Line up. And then I will switch my accounts really quick. Or if Oob wants, I'll show him the gear, and then I'll do that. That's not much different. 314. Seems like they're all missing one. I'm guessing if I wanted to anchor, they were just trying to make it easy or something. Not sure. Cannot believe it. Yeah, so did you just hop in? Because this is what's good. Ready? This is what's good. Oh, can I not show? Oh yeah, here. 99%. This is what's good. 99%. I did not get my reward. That is what's good. So let's just go here really quick. Open the 13, not the 15. Oh, 3. That's pretty good. But right now I'm really just upgrading accessories and iconics and stuff. So these are just stacking. I will open this. Some gems, some AP. Pretty good, pretty good. And I think, as far as what I needed to do, I bought Lucerne. I finished Golden Kingdom on this account. I think we'll swap over really quick to my restart to do Golden Kingdom on this account. Damn, I cannot believe I just got 99% on my main. And that's what I was talking about with the healing too. I bet if I swapped one of those marches for a full march, it could have been better. But they also wouldn't have had my VIP 18 troop cat. So that wouldn't have helped. Let's see, is there a rally I could join? Yeah, part of the issue with these new kingdoms is so many are free to play, including myself on this account. And so you don't really have that many capable rally leads that can like do typical rallies. Like I'm literally doing an Aethel Sun, like what the hell? But whatever. I don't know. This account is kind of just like I need to just start cranking through things. And I'm actually debating. I may just do one march. Oh, I didn't put the gear. I have to put the gear on him, don't I? Damn. Oh, that's a mistake. Do I care to fix it? Let's see. Maybe I will fix it. Let's fix it quick. No one joined anyways. That's fine. Oh. Damn. Marches are so slow without tech. It's crazy. Well, we'll see. If they mind, they could... Oh, there's someone else. That's fine. Alright, let us switch to the gear. Thank you. Yep, best of luck to me, am I right? Where is it? Golden Kingdom. This is like trash, so I think I'm really just gonna do one march potentially. I wonder if Sun Martel would be better for Golden Kingdom. Because my Martel is like stupidly high. It's 5, 1, I think 1 still. Yeah, we'll actually do Aethel because I'm mixed. Mixed troop. We'll run it like that. Do I want to do one march? Let's try that. I'm gonna try one march. So I've heard quite a bit about doing one march for the reduced matchmaking, basically. We'll see. I'll start with this. Let's do that. I mean, we lost 1,000 units. It's like not bad. Guess it's fine. We'll see. This account is so much about understanding the experience of a free-to-play rather than like, you know, being strong, I suppose. So, you know, my main can take care of the being strong part. It doesn't even really matter that much. AoE is not affected by the number of targets. Wow, how ironic. If I had gotten this first, I can't believe I just got this fucking first. If I had gotten this first on my main, that would have been so much easier. Normal damage does less. Your single target skills now affect more. I mean, I have no single target skills. It's honestly not a good one for me right now. Every time I have a chance to get a shield, that's good. You know what, Oob? I am genuinely going to agree with you. You're quite correct that understanding the free-to-play experience is understanding that it is a miserable experience. That's just the truth. I mean, it's so much more fun on my main. It's not even like remotely comparable. It's just so much more fun. But it's okay. I mean, again, KVK 1, the beauty is you're fighting people who think Lohar is a good commander on the field. You know? So, it's not really a big deal. Because you're fighting people who have no idea what to do, no idea what a ball fight is. Which is okay, right? Everyone starts somewhere. Everyone has to learn. Why did I just do that? What am I doing? I should have done this first so I had the buff to then kill these guys. Oh, maybe it worked out actually. Let us see. Little City Keeper tank on the side. Now Expert Mina I gotta take with 5 hours. It's definitely the move. That would be this. Tank like that. When dealing AoE, each target gets additional. Yeah, we'll do that. I mean, ideally I get as many new marches as physically possible. Funny part of free-to-play is flexing your port on the whale that tanked for you. Yeah. I mean, I could relate to that even on my main. Not that I'm a whale on my main, really. It's like a fake whale. But yeah, I mean, I will be sharing so many reports. But it's also like, you have a lot of whales that don't understand what they're doing. Like, I was explaining to someone, a whale the other day, what Flux is, which is totally fine. Like, when I started this game, Flux didn't exist, right? So everything was just totally spending without reason. Damn it, they keep giving this to me now. That's crazy. I didn't get that at all on the main. That's what I needed. Take a heal. Yeah, I will be flexing. Don't worry. Any good reports I get will be shown and bragged about loudly. Restores all. Take the bolt, I guess. Then I'll save up for if I get the legendary buff. But yeah, I think I want to do more streams like this. It's also one of those things where I get a lot more enjoyment out of this versus doing something like forcing a video come out. Because, you know, that's happened. I've done a lot of videos where I don't really want to make it, but I need to do a daily video. So this is kind of the much more fun way to go about it for me. Ooh, so emote up to 5 nearby enemy troops take 5. Ooh, that's pretty good. You know what? I mean, it's that or the Joan, right? And he's higher level, so he probably, hopefully, has better skills set up. Yeah. And he's, yeah, this is the move. Alright. We'll give this a try. Gotta set him up. 2 KVKs ago, you, Orc, and Toots were swarming a flag, both them tanking, getting 800%. That's so good. That is so funny. See, but the thing about that, Oob, is I don't know who the hell Toots is. Because I guess they aren't here anymore, probably. Or, you know, maybe they're on break or something. Or change name. But I don't know who that is. But that's very funny. Oh, this is huge. That was a huge buff for me. Let us do this. Nope. I gambled and I lost. So, increase the attack. I think I already got that. Increase attack cav. I only use 1 cav. Though I do have a mixed march. Whatever. Let's see. I don't know. Can anyone answer this for me? What happens if you get 2 of the same? Like, I have 2 Vanguard blades. Do they stack? 'Cause I don't know that. I'm very curious. I've wondered that for a really long time. Okay. Let's see. We'll do this. 2 went to a AC. Gotcha. And I get it again. Oh my god, this is brutal. This is brutal. I didn't get it to the very end on my the main. Yeah, we'll just go. Well, it's funny because we aren't obviously an A seed, but we keep getting thrown into A seed, like KVKs basically. Do what you showed me earlier. Thank you. I mean, our KVK, which I could switch to it. I set it up last time. Our KVK, you know, has the power pretty comparable to AC KVKs. Which, for those of you that don't know, we're fighting East Anglia. We are Wessex, fighting East Anglia in this region here. Let's go back. Keep having to pop up the chat because I didn't set that up properly. That's okay. It's good. I mean, I'm glad I set it up a little bit. I didn't have it at all last time. Damn it! I should have went this way. We'll kill you. Let us do chance to get more rage. Yeah, we'll do that. A silence probably would have been good now because there's not. I don't know if there's any commanders that shrug off a silence at this stage of the kingdom. Ooh, a tank buff march or an AoE march? What do I want? He's level 60 actually. Probably can tank more than him. Because you get what, 10 more skill points? Assuming they're not thrown in like absolute garbage, which I hope they aren't. We'll do this. Oh my god, I forgot to add him. Damn it, I'm so bad at that. When you get a new commander in this, you have to add it, even with the skip. So you'll see, for instance, he wasn't here. Now I can add him in. Let's do this. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. There. Do I want to heal the Mina? Any of this? I will do one. Let's set this up. Yeah, I cannot wait to stream fights. I am beyond excited. I am so excited to stream our fights. When you defeat an enemy, you heal. We'll do this. It's early on enough. That's going to be a really strong one. Do I want to kill them for gold? Let's kill this guy. Increase defense of the front row. So now we move on. I have to start doing way more forts on this account. Our kingdom set some requirements for forts, which has been great. We've been getting a lot of chests every day, but I've been very consumed with my main entering KVK, as I should be. So I will be picking up the slack a bit there. What are the skill levels? Oh god, it's terrible. It's 2-1. Oh yeah, yeah. That was gross. 2-1. Throw you. Do people hate this event? I'm curious what people, what the viewpoint of the majority are. Yes. Whenever one of the troops get hit. Yeah, that's right. I honestly don't mind this event. It's just having to do it on 2 accounts now is kind of exhausting, which I think is pretty understandable. Let's do this manually. You love it. Well, you're big on testing, right? Oob, I'm pretty sure you... Yeah, you get good stuff too. Ooh, do I take this now? I feel like a March is gonna die, so I should probably take the AoE damage. Alright, do I gamble? Someone tell me. Gambling would be this and hoping I get another March. Safe would just be taking the AoE damage. What do I do? Someone tell me. One person tell me what to do, because I don't know. Or we could just do it this way. I can just randomly click, basically. Let's gamble. It's this account. That's the whole point, right? Let's have fun. So I need to save gold. Yeah, I need to save gold. So now you guys want to talk, or maybe there was a delay or something. Probably was a delay. That's funny. I just saw it now. Choose one of your troops to heal. I think I'm gonna keep it. That way I do more damage. We'll try it. Alright, so in order to make that gamble pay off, I just need to get another March while not having any of mine die. Sounds so easy. I don't have any heals, right? Oh, I do have heals. Let me do heals. That's dumb. I didn't even realize. Try with just that. Increase defense. Alright, well that's not a bad cut. And I found him. Alright. Let us give it a go. Oh, of course I'd lose the troop. Is that my main too? No, because I wouldn't be level 60. That's fine. Every time use the same single... See, that's funny you say it's a delay. I didn't think I had a delay on the stream at all. But I guess I do. Every time use the same target skill. I will do it. None of those are particularly good for the setup I have right now. Whoa, how much health does he have? 400 units? Yikes. I don't even know if I'm going to make it to the end on this account. So I don't know how many of you weren't at the main when I did this on my main. I lost at 99% on the boss. I was at 99%. Yeah, it's good enough, right? Yes, we'll just do that. That's fine. I don't know. It's crazy. There was a little bit of stuff I could have done slightly different. Like I could have swapped one of my wounded things for like the 6 stuff I had waiting in my bag, commanders, because I had a ton of extra troops. So, but yeah, I got 99%. Isn't that just the worst thing? Do I want to heal before? Alright, we're gonna use some of these now. Because what I think is gonna be best is if I can do this without if I could do this without losing them by face tanking. So what we're gonna do is hide. We're gonna put him here so the AoE goes this way. We're gonna put you behind. Oh I know, because then they'll... Alright, so I gotta do it like that. Let's see. I just want to see if they go here. This account, like I've said, is much more about me just learning. Okay, so this is my actual character. Everything else is just recruited. So we'll see. Oh, yeah, they have to be on. They're probably both gonna die, though. What's secondary? Joan? Yeah, damn. Alright. You defeat, you heal. That could have been good, but... I don't know. I don't care too much. It's so hard to do this type of stuff on this character. Just goes back to why I said I have so much fun on my main. We got like 6 marches, 5 with gear, or 4 with gear rather. I am indeed getting cooked. You are correct. But it's just like, how would I not get cooked? It's just the life of a free-to-play, I guess, at this stage. Well, I'm sorry. It's the life of a free-to-play in the context that I have done it. I've been very busy in both life and with my main, so I haven't been doing guards and stuff, which has definitely affected my level. I don't want to hit the Richard. Do this. There we go. Lots of gold. I mean, this is getting pretty high. Oh, I didn't kill him yet. I am indeed getting cooked. Oh, I lost. Alright, that's fine. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even be bothered on this account. Did I not get anything? Oh no, I already claimed it. That's fine. So let's just do some maintenance here, and then I'm probably gonna end up back at the main. Open some keys. Let's see. I really need to get that purple, well, not you. Different purple. I need to get the purple pants, the Kerouac pants. That would be very helpful here. Yeah, we have our kingdom's doing pretty well here. We've got some big-ish people. We've got Cookie, 66.2 mil. These temple opens, I believe, in something like a week. I believe it's a week. Let me see. How can I... Let me find it for you guys. He also has like 2.6 million gems or something, or more. That's kind of cool. I always love seeing that, because I'm sitting at like 12 on this account. Alright, here we go. So once this chapter is over, it's 240 hours, so it's gonna take, what was it, 10 days actually? It's kind of crazy. So I guess I have a few weeks left of just sitting around. Go back to the main. But yeah, so that's kind of that in terms of what I'm doing on the restart right now. Hopefully I'm not playing, I don't know if you guys heard, or if you were not here or you're new, which is, you know, welcome if you are. I streamed a lot longer than I planned last time, and I had autoplay on for my music, and so it played like 10 copyright songs, and so I had to go back through my like 3-hour stream of entering KVK and manually erase like something like 10 songs because I had a copyright claim. Now, I am not monetized. I'm not making money from this, so it's not really a big deal, and I could have just left it. But if I do become monetized in the future, I'd like to be able to, you know, monetize these videos. But yeah, that was a pretty funny realization that basically it was auto-playing because I was having too good of a time, and it was continuing on the stream. See, is this song right now safe? Let me look. I don't know why it's doing. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. So I turned off the autoplay, and I think that's gonna fix it. I just gotta keep refreshing so I have good ones that reset. Ideally, I'd get at least one training one, but I'm not really getting lucky right now. I also asked the creator team if I can get on the whitelist for getting markers off, which I know there's a way to do without being on that list, but also I want to be able to turn off chat, and then that way I can get rid of this picture in the bottom left. So that's like kind of a process that I'm ongoing right now. Yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of the current situation. See, I've spent this amount with barbs. It's always depressing to look at. Home gang. My team's, you know, maybe not the best, but that's okay, right? I think that it's not really about being the best for this. It's just I am a field fighter and don't really know this event too well. But in the future, you know, I may switch out my team because they're not quite the same spend level as me. And so you can see, you know, 17.2 and 11.8. Even though it doesn't mean everything, there is definitely a difference there. And, you know, I'll talk about my strategy, I suppose. My logic behind this, basically, it's a 3v3, and it goes in rounds, like almost like Pokemon, right? Where like you send one out, they send one out, and they hit. So I basically am sending out this person who has 3 different archer marches. They're going to be a little punchier, is kind of my logic. Obviously, this is more of a tank buff march, I understand that, but still. So basically, the plan is that he's either going to win, or he's going to soften someone up a lot, and then I'm hoping to be strong enough that I will easily sweep up whoever he fought and win the second one just because I'm stronger, and then also heavily damage the third for then this person to you know, finish off. It is tough because his team makeup down here, like you have the Pakal Martel and the Ragnar Scipio, like this is like a tank and then a counterattack thing. So since you can't edit where you're placing your stuff because you place it beforehand essentially, that is going to make it a bit harder for him, and therefore me because it's harder for him. So yeah, I need 357k more, and I don't think I have another way to get crystals right now. I've already gotten this. I can just chain obviously, but it's going to take a lot of work and time. Oh, I love QSH chain, they're so strong. But yeah, as far as that goes, I can just claim my Karwalk Chronicles. We're about to have the ruins in 2 days, basically. And then yeah, so I think Zone 5 will open pretty much. Do we have a marker down? No. So Zone 5 should open, I think, September 11th at 15 UTC. I probably won't stream the opening because, one, I have life and work that I don't think I'll be on right immediately at the start, and I also don't want to have to worry about, you know, it wouldn't happen because markers and stuff would be off, but I don't want to have to stress at all about forts being placed or markers being placed that do get leaked. Yes, 11 September, 15 UTC. So even though there's no way for me really to leak it, I don't want to risk it until I have that whitelist, and right now I'm waiting on it still. So that's kind of the plan. And I also do a lot of night shift, as I call it. So what that means when I say I'm on the night shift is I play often during our downtime, and so basically I will be struggling against, you know, lack of field, stuff like that. You can see there's some big players here. We're fighting this guy. Hey, welcome. Are you in, which kingdom are you in, Walnut? It's funny because now that I have the restart and I have this, you know, this kingdom and also my KVK, I have people from so many different kingdoms. I've had people from this KVK hop in last time. I had people from my restart hop in. I had 2 people from, you know, not that or people I'm fighting, but just in the same region or similar region hop in. So that's, you know, a nice thing, I suppose. What does this mean? Let me see. 3793. That's not a typo, right? That's your. So my restart is 3893. 3873. You're 3793. God, I am like dyslexic right now. That's crazy. How you liking it? Are you in KVK then? Actually, it's probably just about KVK, isn't it? Or you already had KVK one? It's laggy. Let me take a look. 3793. Oh, so you're in KVK. Oh, wait, no, it's off season. What the hell? Oh, I see. You finished KVK 1, and now you're in this. Yeah. I see now. Yeah, so my restart is pretty young. It's about halfway to KVK 1 starting, and this is 2877, which I didn't start here. I have probably one of the oldest IDs you're gonna see, 6 digits. But yeah, so I am. What was I gonna do? There was something I was gonna do, and now I'm totally forgetting. Ay. So my restart, I could show off the commanders. I actually haven't done that yet. So I have gotten the most insane RNG. No. So the whole point of the restart is that it's free to play. And basically my SOC is pretty much a mid to high spender. You know, I buy all the pop-ups, things like that. I don't know how familiar you are with SOC. But yeah, so if you look at, now I'm on this. We've had one Martell MGE, and I didn't get any gold heads from it. I didn't get, or Martell heads from it. And for that to be referenced, I want you to see how crazy the amount I've gotten from Tavern. I've gotten 74 heads from Tavern. Isn't that just nuts? And you know, again, that's 74 without a single from the MGE. And you know, I'm low on gold heads because it's a free to play, right? My VIP is low, but you know, this is pretty wild. It's pretty crazy. So I think what I'm gonna mean in KVK1 is either gonna end up being Martell and Sun combined or Sun Aethel. I'm leaning pretty heavy towards Sun Aethel, or Ethelfled, however it's pronounced. So we'll see, but I'm keeping my horizons open with just, I mean, it'll be an infantry march either way, right? So it'll just be windswept with hopefully the purple pants for Karlach. That's kind of that. That'll be pretty good. Let me open the silver keys. Get some mats, or not mats, get some resources and stuff. You started in 2969. Left the game before you could actually go into SOC. Yeah, SOC is so much fun. I talked about this earlier in the stream, but I have so much more fun in SOC than restarts, which is something that you don't often hear. I feel like you see a lot of people who do constantly back to back restarts. Whatever. So, what is... Some of these questions are just so stupid. But yeah, so I honestly enjoy it so much more doing the... Wow, I can't think and do this at the same time. Is it Lewis Carroll? I don't think it's... Yeah, I don't know. Basically embarrassing myself doing this right now. It's okay. Damn it. Alright, that's fine. Get the speed ups at least. Wow, back-to-back crits on Hellish Boots and Ash. That is crazy. Oh, you have a YouTube? I didn't know that. Let me take a look. open this though? I'll look you up on my other monitor. Maybe I'll show it off. Yeah, so our main whale here, Cookie, who, you know, has like 3 million gems or something. I don't know what I just kept buying. Yeah, you can see it here. 2.4 million gems as of a few weeks ago. They bought like 9 new worlds back to back somehow. I don't know how they figured that out. But you get so many speeds from that. So let me look you up. Walnut. Oh, I just looked up Walnut. What do I even have to look up to figure out your channel? Let me think. Walnut. Okay. But yeah, basically, so the reason I bring up Cookie is he's just been winning the Supreme thing back to back to back. And he insta-crit an Ash, like you. He insta-crit a leadership boots for his archers. And yeah, it's been wild. Okay, I see ya. Let me yeah, give me a sec. Let me do some tech stuff right now. And I'm gonna show off. I mean, I'm kind of acting like I have people to show this off to. I am also a very new creator, so. But I'll flip it over and we'll take a quick peek. I assume you don't mind me looking at your channel on stream. So, otherwise you wouldn't have said it. Let us do this. Or hold up, I gotta make sure I don't show my chat. So we'll do this. I think that's fine. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. Laptop screen. This is you, right? My chat went away. Over here. Oh, so you're pretty recent. I mean, I'm like 3 weeks before you, so we're pretty similar. But yeah, I didn't know. So did you? I just saw this. Did you just migrate to 3793, or you migrated, or what's up? Where'd you go? I'm curious. Before I watch, I mean, I could just play your video, but I feel like that would be better for other people to go and watch than me just play your video. Oh, I see you. I can tell you use Canva, don't you? It looks like Canva. I love Canva. I was talking about that earlier. That's cool. So you moved to 3793. Oh god, I hate this event. I made a video on this too. It's just I cannot stand it. Alright, well I think there's only a handful of people watching, or you know, some will watch it back, but do check out Walnut here. He's got some cool looking thumbnails, some cool looking stuff. So yeah. Alright. You said, oh, formerly from 94. Kingdom died, went 95. Let's give K1, then go 93. Damn, you stayed within your region for all 3 migrations? That's kind of crazy. It's you know what? I'm gonna switch back. I honestly, there's like nothing fun to do on that. I just have so much more fun doing this. Was it not Canva? It looked good. It looked like Canva. Only thing you're proudly sharing? Come on. Have a little more pride than that. Alright. So we are, let me double check the music again. For those of you that just hopped in, because viewers have went up and down, so I got copyright struck last time because my music ran on because I kept streaming past my playlist, and because of that, I now have turned off autoplay, which I didn't realize was an issue. And yeah, so that's kind of that. And I just always am checking now to make sure. Pushing game of power on my main. I showed some of this earlier. Oob, are you here? Because I'll show you the gear now if you'd like. So you have some flux. I'm waiting for the mountain warfare to take care of that. Yeah, we got some stuff going on. Might as well open this. There's no reason to keep crystal keys. Oh, that's not bad. But yeah, so we've got a super exciting fight coming up pretty damn quick now. There's like nowhere to chain near me. I could teleport, but I kind of don't feel like it's worth it right now. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, I'll show it off another time then. Let me see. I mean, Walnut, you say that about being entertaining, you know, just talking. Am I being entertaining? Because I feel like I'm just hanging out and talking. I'm just kind of chilling. I don't know if this is entertaining. I hope it is. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Let me see if I can do a barb for it really quick. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like my perspective on streaming is just I'm going to stream regardless. I'm going to be on Rise of Kingdoms regardless, right? So either I stream it and I hang out with people, maybe gain a few subs, a few views, those type of things. And if not, like, who cares? You know, I'm playing the game anyways. Why not show it off while I do? Let's see. Who did Mina? 314k. That's crazy. But it does take a little bit of time to get used to streaming in terms of being embarrassed talking to yourself. But I did do a ton of videos. I mean, I did a video a day for like my first 2 months on YouTube. So that got me very used to talking, even though I'm still new and still, you know, kind of figuring it all out. Yeah, I mean, I set up the music, and I feel like the music carries the vibe for me. Oh, some good barbs, but they're chaining. That's fine. I'll leave it to them. But yeah, so this is only my second stream ever. I think I'm kind of figuring it out, maybe. I mean, the chat obviously needs to be fixed on the screen still, but it's before I didn't even have it, so that's better than something, better than not being there. Gotta reroll my bastions. And you know what we'll also take a look at? We're gonna take a look at the lag. We're gonna take a look at the Crusader forts of the other kingdoms, because I always like comparing the progress. Oh, that's not it. So we, Wessex, are currently at 23%. This is who we're fighting. So what this kind of tells you, right, is a little bit of the activity of these kingdoms, because the more accounts they have active, the more they're donating. Obviously, that's not a perfect metric because farms and stuff donate. So they're only at 16%, which is interesting. That's a lot lower than I thought. Maybe they waited to capture it, but that's kind of surprising. They're the biggest camp by a lot. This is our ally. They're at 14%. So you're contemplating new Cav or QSH, a Cav main with a 5511 Mina, expert YSG. Problem is the new Cav is uncertain, but QSH is guarantee. What do I think? So you're gonna have to give me more information. One is gold heads. With that also said, what's your VIP? Because, you know, if you're getting 3 gold heads a day versus 1, it's gonna be a different situation. Wow, they're second. That's interesting. Well, I'm sorry. I think I said Northumbria was our ally. We're allies here. Our allies for this KVK is this camp. I think I said that wrong. We are allies. Us two. Versus these two. So, just clarifying that. I think I verbally said the wrong one. but we're gonna fight these guys on September 11th. But yeah, how many gold heads do you have? What is your VIP? And the biggest question really is gear, right? I mean, you're just starting armaments, so you don't have to worry about that. You're working on it, I'm sure. But oh, someone reviewed your account about this? Yeah, it's tough to say, but if you only have cav gear, and I mean, you just told me you crit cav gear, right? So if you have crit pants, crit boots, that's a pretty strong point of persuasion to say, yeah, you're gonna want to be a cav main. The only reason to really object would be if you have like literally 0 gold heads and you've started QSH, or you can swap to QSH soon, because if the new cav isn't out, you can't swap to that. But QSH is something you will be able to swap to because he's already out. Oh, so you're only at 60? Damn, no one joined my rally? That's kind of crazy. Alright, I can't make that. Oh, he's in. That's so nice. Alright, well, that's weird. So you have very few. I mean, the big thing, right, is going to be the swap event, because you're going to get that after KVK 3. So if the new cav comes out before that, then you can unlock him and get him and then swap to have him expert without gold heads. If he doesn't, I mean, it's going to be a question of who you're going to swap. Are you going to swap to get something like Huo or Arthur, or Huo and Arthur realistically, or are you going to do something like QSH and totally pivot your account? I mean, you can do the math on the days, by the way. Like, you can actually just straight up figure out when you are going to KVK 3 and going out and then getting that swap event. I think we're gonna get the next Cavs something like November, hopefully. That's what I'm hoping for. Could be October, late October. So, but I am hoping for mid to late November, for me at least, because I am similarly, I only have like 60 gold heads because I did finish QSH. I just finished him yesterday, I think. But yeah, I have 62 gold heads. But I'm, VIP 18, so I get 3 a day. I've got some speed ups, so I'm gonna win this this game of power and get 20 hopefully. But yeah. So Oob, you said December. There's a reason I don't say December, which is that we're supposed to get a new skill damage formation in December. And so my assumption is that we're not going to get both the new formation and the new cav all at the same time. We could, but yeah. You're on Mina Arthur until you can see the new cav. Timeline's tight. Gonna reach KVK 3 before December. Well, you're definitely gonna reach KVK 3. The question I guess I have, I thought the swap came after KVK 3. Is it before KVK 3? Which is totally on me. I have not researched it. I have never done that swap event in terms of the timing of the swap event. I got it when I returned to the game from a break, but that was just because I returned. So I don't know about the KVK 3 timeline. If archers, it's quite easy, to be honest. You have one of your gold key commands of 5511 already, so YSG stays, QSH swaps. Yeah, I mean, I'll bring up two issues there. The biggest issue, like you point out, equipment isn't a cheap thing that you fix instantly. So maybe you do have the materials, maybe you do have the blueprints and you can fix it. But if you don't, that's kind of something where you can be put in the red for a bit, which could be an issue. The other thing I'm going to point out, let's take a look. QSH is the only commander in the game that I know of that you're actually trying to get him 1551. At least that's what I've heard, because you're trying to get the max amount of conversion on the rage to damage. because this is what gives that like crazy rapid that you see. And obviously you try to get all the skills, right? But this is just amplifying now. It also deals 6% damage to up to 5. So no, this does the AoE, but to my knowledge, this isn't doing the AoE, this is amplifying the AoE, right? Because if you have it at 1, it'll just be doing 30%. So that's the problem you're going to face is, yes, you have 5511, but ideally you'd actually have 1551. So that's something to figure out. Mina Arthur is kind of interesting. I think that's probably a KVK 3 thing, because obviously it's a bit more tight, the timeline of getting gold heads, and you use what you already have. The benefit there, as I'm sure you're aware, is Mina's artifact is pretty cool, 30% each way, so that's good. But I do agree with I think you said Musa or something reviewed your account, I forgot, but I do agree with that, because him going Cav, as your Ash and your boots are done as far as refine goes. So it's kind of persuasive, especially because they're both health. You know, 2 health pieces being done on the refine, you kind of want to just keep pushing them. So I think I would personally advise you to do the Cav. Gotta be honest. It also depends on how many marches you want to run, right? Like, you can stay a Cav main, but also get the archers going. So no, I totally agree. I think you are in a really strong spot because your cavalry is just totally set up. I mean, you have really good launching point for your cav, and with that said, it's also very powerful for you that your cav is about to release a new commander as you enter SOC. So most people, including myself, believe that it's going to be a incredibly strong cav. And so if you enter KVK, or sorry, if you enter SOC, you get a brand new meta SOC cav commander. That's going to be pretty pretty advantageous for you. So yeah, if you do archers next, you're going to be the same account I have, where you're a cav main, which is me, with archer secondary, which is a big work in progress right now for me. But my armaments have been pretty persuasive. My archer armaments are my best by far. How is my whale in 73 doing? Are you referring to Cookie? Because I'm not a whale in 73. What do I think of the new cav? What predictions do I have? So I am a little concerned. That is my thing that I will say. My concern over the new cavalry is similar to what I said to Oob. So December, we're getting a skill damage formation, which I hope everyone is aware of. And if we get a skill damage formation in December, it seems intuitive almost to say that we'll probably get something that does skill damage with cav. And this is speculation, right? This is totally speculation. But if we get a cav that's skill damage, that's going to be a bit of an issue, considering you have Arthur, who can go both ways, but he really is begging for a combo damage person. And I kind of think that's going to lend itself to a skill cav coming out, or just another Arthur where it's like, yeah, if he's primary, he does combo, or secondary, he does skill. So we'll see. That's really the only thing I could say. I mean, everyone who's making predictions and videos on it, they're just trying to get content. No one knows. No one really has a reason. The Amsterdam meetup is tomorrow, the 6th. So likely we'll get a ton of information on the next cavalry, the Zenith stuff, the all sorts of good stuff, which I'm not going to the meetup, but I know a bunch of people that are. But yeah, if I had to say one sentence, I would say the next cavalry is likely going to be another Arthur where it does both combo and skill damage, because of the skill damage formation coming out in a very similar time. That's my prediction. My potentially hot take, because most people, I think, lean combo. So, regarding Cookie, let's just go take a look at his account again. I did this earlier, but who cares? I'm just chatting. I'm not really doing much. So, I mean, Walnut, if it is skill, that would be really beneficial for you because of your Mina. Because you're utilizing Mina, and right now you're probably doing Wedge, I would guess, because of that. So if we take a look at Mr. Cookie over here, he's sitting pretty at 66.2 million. He, I think, has about 3 years of speed ups, but more importantly, and this is a little outdated, but he has 2.4 million gems. And I know that this, again, like I said, this is outdated. He's bought tons of gold chests the other day. He bought about 30. I think he bought 19 2 days before that. So, you know, this is probably close to 2.8 million, I would guess now. Walnut said, kind of makes sense. How about on the skill damage part of the Cav? Do you think it's going to be an insane AoE or huge debuffer or another skill factor? What are the chances it gets a circular AoE or 5 targets? I don't think we're gonna see another circle AoE, especially not on Cav. It's possible. I think 5 targets is potentially likely, but I do think they're gonna lean into either a new meta. Because here's the question, okay? And let me take a step back. You had QSH step into a new realm of power with his insane dot damage, right? And that's what he does. He consumes his rage to do a huge amount of damage over time through just direct damage. So the question becomes, are we going to see a new mechanic like we saw with QSH in predicting, right? Are we going to see a new mechanic similar to QSH, or are we going to see just insane damage factor increases like how Arthur did 2800? Do I have BQ here? BQ, you know, it's 2400, but he does 5 people, right? And he increases damage. So we're going to kind of see what's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be a new mechanic in terms of something like QSH, where it's like completely new rage consumption, where it's like based on the amount you consumed rather than having like a sufficient requirement. I don't think it's going to be like that. I would lean more towards something basic, like either a new stat, or, you know, maybe he amplifies all damage, or it's like Arthur, like I said earlier, where it's you get a little bit more free flowing. If you want to put on primary, you get this bonus, or secondary, you can keep skill damage and do this, that type of thing. Let me read yours first. You started in 3882, helped a sleeper group with about 150 people migrate from 73. Oh, INF, I assume. From what I heard, Invictus is good, but complete dictators and incredibly strict. Do I agree? Not at all. I am actually like totally the opposite take. They're not. I don't. Dictators are probably, because you talk to INF, I assume. INF was the only native alliance out of, I think, 3 alliances or 4 alliances that we set up. And so you have to understand that there's just less trust. And it's the same thing I would have done back when I was a king. Because I was king of 2811 for about 3 years. And I set up a jump group. I led a rising star, etc., etc. So I have a little bit of experience here. But it's hard to trust natives. And when you have 3 alliances that are trusted people that you put there, you just have to understand that that's probably why they said complete dictators. Now, I also think, because they tried to 0 people migrating. I mean, I would assume it was just someone had a lot of resources. They were gonna migrate and delete it. They're not helping the kingdom. Let's try and take the resources. That's my guess. I mean, I don't think that's unique. I think most kingdoms that find out someone's asleep or try to zero and take their stuff. But yeah, I mean, these kingdoms are always crazy. This is why I like SOC. I was talking about this earlier. My kingdom is very stable. This kingdom I'm in, 2877. So I just kind of get to chill out, which is nice. I'm very done with the drama, honestly. It's been draining. What did you say here, Walnut? You prefer something like the fourth skill. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to take a look at the fourth skill. The borderline of being territorial. Yeah, no, it's crazy. And like the lack of understanding of basic things that are like, you know, everyone is praying for KVK, so we're not necessarily thinking of pushing power, or not necessarily thinking, let's, I don't know, why, like people that are like, why are you rigging the Martel MG? It's like, well, we need garrisons. Like, what are you talking about? And just some people that are new just don't straight up don't understand. So first, let's look at this, Walnut. The fourth skill, you want it to be something like this. If they don't give AoE, well, first off, let me just say, if they don't give the new cav AoE, it's dead on arrival. At least for field, right? And I am a field fighter. You're probably a field fighter because you're not VIP like 17 at least. So if they don't give it AoE, it's going to be dead on arrival. The only thing that has kind of survived is Attila, because I don't think he has AoE, right? Yeah, he just like crazy amplifies his damage. But he's like the only commander that I could think of who can do that. And even then, he has very few situations where it's... Oh, you said ZL. Let me look. But, yeah, that's my bad. I was just going quickly through that. I'll take a look. But, I think it has to have AoE or it's dead on arrival. Unless they do some craziness with, skill damage amplification, like, essentially an Attila, but, like, you know, grants 300% AoE buff damage, something like you see in Golden Kingdom almost. But I don't think it'll be that, honestly. So if troop doesn't have marquee, it gains marquee effect. If their troop already has the marquee, well, this is basically a modified QSH, right? Yeah, it's like a mini AoE. It's consuming an effect, dealing a small amount of direct damage, which is pretty similar to QSH's here, where you consume rage and you dish it out. But like you said, with combo, it would be nuts because you'd basically be rolling it into more and more effects with basic attacks. But it would have to be basic attacks, and I am also, if they pulled it straight from here, where it doesn't affect skill damage buffs, I don't know how that would affect combo. So we can take a look. Because combo doesn't trigger counter, but it's still affected by any buffs to basic attacks and whatnot. But I mean, I will admit, I'm not the most savvy with this stuff. I definitely have my knowledge and my opinions, but I think that it's pretty unlikely that we see a commander with no AoE, and so yeah, I don't know, but that would be cool. I mean, I think something like ZL but tuned up for combo would be interesting. Any advice for free to play in a new kingdom? I gave this advice in my last stream, and what I'll say is, before you enter KVK, and you have like 40 days for this, right? But before you enter KVK, learn what positioning is. Because a lot of people just get wrecked in KVK 1 that are new players because they have no idea how to position their marches. And since you're in like a stream, I'm assuming you have a pretty good idea of your marches and not going to field something stupid like a Lohar. But learn what positioning is, learn what ball fighting is, know how to go back and forth and all that. If you're on mobile, learn how to do quick command potentially. I haven't played around with mobile, as it's pretty clear I'm on PC. But the other thing I would say as far as development, like what could I tell you right now? Start farms. I only have one, which is like horrible for me on my restart, but you should have at least 4, I'd say. And then the last piece of advice I'll say is something that the best free-to-play in my kingdom, who's like 15 mil, which is nuts, by the way. It's Maggie. She's so crazy. It's so strong. I have an entire video dedicated to where I asked all the strongest free-to-play in my kingdom, which we have a lot of really powerful ones. Basically, what advice can you give me to pass on? And so I do strongly recommend taking a look at that, because that, you know, video is literally me just going up to the people who are qualified to say, hey, I'm literally stronger than people who spent $1,000 in this game. Here's what I did. So I would take a look at that. It's titled like free-to-play advice, something along those lines. But what she would say is, besides chaining, which is like the #1 thing, make sure you don't sleep, for instance, without making sure your upgrade times will last. What happened here? Oh, that's weird. But what I mean by that, right, is if you're going to sleep, you're going to be asleep for 8 hours, right? If you have like a, you know, alliance center that's finishing in 3 hours, that means you're going to lose 5 hours of potentially building time. So you want to start these before, right? That's kind of the whole point. Everyone kind of knows that. It's somewhat common sense, but yeah. Walnut, can't enter the shop. I constantly make jokes about not getting first class tickets or like reservations at a restaurant. I love them. They're so funny. They're so funny. So did you guys see the drama with the Assassin's Creed ad that Rise of Kingdoms stole? Did you guys see that? Ooh, if only I had a good chaining mark. God damn, look at that. But yeah, did you guys see that drama? It's pretty crazy. Let me see. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. See, I hate playing this account. God, I just so much prefer my SOC with all my troops. Do you think it's good your counselor and your alliance so basically means you have less time for barbs and sports? I mean, counselor, that's not even what I would take note of if you're the counselor. But I take note of, where is it? Here. You get the just 1% benefit. Which ad? Oh, Walnut, you don't know about this? Alright, let me see if I can find the graphic. It is literally one of the most insane things that I've seen in advertising history. Like, of what I know about advertising in this game. Let me see if I could get it. Oh, God. Someone sent it the other day in one of my chats. Yeah, so basically, as we all know, they do the most ridiculous things. They took an image of the Assassin's Creed Odyssey like trailer and just like straight up used it as their ad. Oh wait, where is it? Oh no, I can't find it. I'll take a look. You gotta do your forts as early. Oh, I know. I mean, I'm terrible. I gotta be honest. Like, I'm really not doing a good job on my restart. I was doing great, and then life became busy. No, it's not there. 1% makes quite a difference. It really does. Well, it's quite literally the image of the Assassin's Creed Odyssey with Rise of Kingdoms on it. Like, it says Rise of Kingdoms. Oh man, how could I figure this out? How could I find this to show you? Maybe I'll search ad. I'm in the Discord right now, just like trying to find the. Oh, it's not gonna work. Let me look up from the person I think sent it. Or if anyone is here that knows it and wants to send it to me on Discord, I will happily send you my Discord. I've got to show this off. Oh, good night, Oob. Actually, you probably have it, don't you? If you can send it to me before you go to bed, I will love to show that off. But yeah, they literally took the image of Assassin's Creed Odyssey and wrote Rise of Kingdoms next to the Gladiator, whatever the hell he is. It is so funny. But what I really want to do, and you know, you seem to be starting YouTube, or you know, maybe just sharing your progress, but I am so strongly considering making a video on the legality of all this, because I feel like it doesn't seem legal literally at all. So I don't have a. Oh, good luck with the forts. Take care. So I don't have a Discord yet in terms of like a server, but I could just pass along my actual Discord name if you want to just hit me up. But I plan to make a server come. I don't even know, what is my Discord? Just Petrus, I guess. But yeah, I plan to make a server once I hit about 800 subs, because I kind of view it like, why would I make a server now and then just have no one, you know, talking and active? So I was gonna wait. See, but you say it's definitely not legal, but by the same token, you would also think they have deep pockets, right? Like they would be sued. So I feel like that would be a pretty interesting video if I do like a deep dive into why they have or haven't been sued, because they could have also been sued and we just don't know. But that's something that I actually, due to life that I may not describe right now, I can potentially find out. Okay, here, I found it. Alright, I found it. Let's go. Alright, let me save it and then I'll open it and show you guys. This is literally the most crazy thing I've seen in their ads. I don't know if you guys have played Assassin's Creed Odyssey either, or have seen their ads, because it is literally a rip from it. And I played the game when it came out, and I saw the ads. Let me open it in my gallery, and I just have to swap my scene to my monitor. I could show you guys. Okay, so this is it. Oh, you can see a little bit of my chat. That's okay, whatever. But yeah, so this is literally the Assassin's Creed Odyssey ad, and they put Rise of Kingdoms above the Gladiator. Like, it's, you know, you got the Parthenon, I think this is. They put Rise of Kingdoms in the corner. And I'm pretty sure this is like directly an ad for Assassin's Creed, and this is posted. This guy posted it. Maybe it's better than Assassin's Creed Odyssey, because they just straight up ripped it. It's just it's literally not even a unique take of the ad, to my knowledge. It's just they're put on it. Which is just so crazy. Ah, you can see my chat. Alright, fixed. But yeah, it is hilarious. I think it's just one of the funniest things I've seen. Yeah, it is. It's just pure comedy. But you see that with a lot of different games. It's just usually it's a variant on a game, whereas this is, to my knowledge, literally a rip from it. But big companies, no, I don't know if they took it down. I mean, I did hear about it secondhand, so I can't verify. I mean, for all I know, in pure reality, it is like a fake image, but it fits their MO. I've heard it from also creators in addition to that. So I don't think the creators would have gotten it wrong. Because if you see me talk on Discord, you'll see that I am in the creator Discord with like all the partnered creators. So it was discussed there, I believe, by someone. Could also be totally floundering. Could be wrong. But yeah, it's just so funny. It's just so funny. I get such a kick out of it. But yeah, I mean, it's just oh, see, the music stopped because I went through the whole playlist now. So I could just restart it, but this is when it started playing copyright last time because it tried to just replay new stuff recommended and I didn't realize. So let me just restart. I'll start right here. Yeah, there we go. Crazy part is that they copied on a game as a whole franchise. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. I played those as a kid, the first one. Or not, maybe not the first one, but I played some of those as a kid. And yeah. But these big companies, they get their money when they can. So if there's a lawsuit to come out of it, I'm sure their teams of lawyers are going to be right on that. Swap back. Yeah. But we will find that out pretty damn soon, I'm sure, if that is going to be a thing. I hope it doesn't, just because, or you know what, I hope it does, because then I'll get some unique content to cover that I can give some life perspective on. Because I am in the legal field. I forgot if I said that already, or if I said that in a video or something. But I have some legal knowledge, to leave that as vague as possible. Which is another reason I'm not ever going to do a face cam, because that's something that would probably be an issue. So, but yeah, I would love to do a video that's just straight up, let's analyze the legality of this. Yeah, you want to cash in for the lawsuit? You're gonna make Ubisoft some money? Oh, that's so funny. Well, I don't know if you saw, I did a whole video on that freaking Zenith issue. Hopefully they come out with a new thing, but I don't know. Yeah, this is just, it's gross. I cannot express how angry I am about this. Just whatever. And here I am. This is when I enter KVK. Just grabbing all the bundles. Well, so they do get a cut. I believe that it's a 15% cut. Because that's not in a system mail, right? That's just on Discord. I'm not going to pull up Discord, because God knows what'll come up on my Discord. Yeah, I don't see it here. So, but yeah, that is really interesting. And so the reason it's most interesting is that they haven't changed the TOS, their terms of service. And so in their terms of service, it is still not legal, technically, to sell an account. Or not even sell an account. But I believe its language is use a third-party system. And so they don't... Or let me actually... Sorry, I'm doing the survey on the side. I'm going to rate it terrible because of Zenith. Or Zenith. I just literally gave it a 1 and said Zenith changes horrible. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so their terms of service still specify that third-party systems are not okay. And so they aren't selling it, Lilith. They're utilizing a third-party system. So they're technically breaking their own TOS. And technically speaking, if I were to buy or sell on that, which I have accounts that, or not accounts, but characters that I am thinking about it. But I would be breaking TOS by using their own system. Oh, the music stopped. It's weird. Alright, there we go. So, I don't know what to do with that. I did want to make a video on it, but OmniArc actually test ran this for us and told us that and you should know this too if you make a video on it, but if you use certain words, YouTube will flag it, and hopefully I didn't screw this over in the stream, but YouTube will flag it and essentially copyright claim take down your video. Not even like I guess it's not even a claim, it may be a strike, and you'll have to do trainings and stuff, so I hope I didn't mess that up. But certain language will screw you over, and so that's something to keep in mind that you definitely want to have a good eye on before you make a content or post about it. So yeah, that's something that I'm gonna have to watch out for, and I hope I didn't mess up already, because I really don't want to have to do like a training or something. That'd be a pain in the ass. But so I see you said should have just let the old system on Zenith run. It's basically the same thing. I think a pity system is a great idea, which is essentially what they're trying to do here, right? But the issue is that it's just an overtuned pity system. Well, no, so YouTube flagged it, not Lilith. And so it has to do with the actual, if they basically, they think you're running a scam, which you're not, you're just covering a video, or covering a concept, but they think you're running a scam based on the verbiage, which OmniArc tested for us, thank him. But yeah, they pulled it down. I don't think they give a crap about, you know, the TOS, because they also don't know. I mean, there's like a trillion different games on YouTube with all different TOSs. But yeah, so that's that. But yeah, so they should add a pity system, and they should just literally copy paste Call of Dragons system. And I said this in my video, but I'll just say it again because why not? Call of Dragons basically has the same exact system, except it does the what's it called? God, I'm blanking because I keep reading things. But Call of Dragons, first off, does a 30 million power pity system, whereas for this game, they said that for the leadership skins, when it's an attribute of all types, it's 12 badges, so 60 million power pity system. Totally useless because you'll win almost in every single kingdom, even like even in like Imperiums, you'll probably win in half of them at least at 60 million. I mean, I would assume almost all. But yeah, it's just bullshit. It's just total crap. I mean, I hope that they kind of figure this out. This is also the theme effect. I saw Chiskul mention that the ones in Call of Dragons have buffs on them, which Rise of Kingdoms has never done, so they may change this and give it an effect, which would potentially justify the cost of 40 million power. But yeah, the other thing that Call of Dragons has is it persists. So not only is it 30 million power for a city theme, but you can push, you know, 5 million power in 6 different zeniths or whatever they call it in their game and get a theme you want. So that's something I just hope they take the system, put it in our game. I don't know why they haven't. Am I hoarding speed ups? So yeah, I am on my free to play, but not for MGE. All of our MGEs are rigged or fixed, I guess is the appropriate term. Oh, 1 second. And so what I'm waiting for is buffs. And if you're a newer player or you're not familiar with this, let me just go through it quick. So you're gonna get a 10% king buff. You're gonna get a so 10% king buff. You could get a 10% title buff. You could get 15% runes, and all these things are only when you have the temple, right? And so I am waiting for that. That's what I'm waiting for, not MGE. And you can see, I mean, I'm not that strong. Like I said, I've been a bit inactive, which I'm gonna work on. But I'll show off my speeds on this account too. You said Shappy's also making one of those. You just saw the thumbnail and ignored it because you already saw it. I wonder if he got flagged. So if you take a look at his, you will notice he uses the word trade. Omniarch used the word sell. And I think that is the distinction, is that there was a discussion of sell versus trade. And I assume that's what got him flagged. I mean, the verbiage is most likely very specific. So, you're hoping they'll fix MGU soon as counselor. You have a good chance of getting awards. We like my strategy with the runes. Yeah, it's all about the runes. You can see I have 153 days. It's all about the runes, but again, don't forget the king buffs and stuff. That's almost more important. Because technically, right, we have access to the runes right now. Like, we have right here, 15% building. But it's about these. 10% research roughly 4 hours, 10% building. Titles, right? This is the other thing I was talking about. 10% training, 10% building, 5% research. So there's a whole lot of things here that you can get. What else did you ask? Oh, let me be honest with you. I don't think that... Well, you definitely should not be getting... Oh, 50% research. I didn't even see that. You should definitely not be getting a MGE spot because you're a counselor in a top 3 alliance. It is all about how strong you're going to be. Like, for instance, you know, Cookie, he's going to be on 24/7. He could do literally 0 in any leadership of any alliance. And because of his troop count, because of his gear being amazing, etc., he should get pretty much an expert Martel in any way that we can get him an expert Martel. Same with, you know, some of the other people that are going tier 5 here, right? We should be giving all of them high-ranking Martel spots, probably like top 1 here, maybe a Cookie a second so that they can spread their gold heads appropriately. But, yeah, I mean, MG is one of those things where the top 10 spots are really vital to give to the right people. Walnut, you have a hot take on the pity. You understand that getting them is something that we all dream of, but won't the Zenith skin be not as valuable in the long run if people can get it at some point instead of being the best in the region? So I am half with you, half against you. I've seen... You just said, can you just buy an expertise Martel though? The rich get richer. So gold heads are something that are a little bit of a choke point, right? You can technically buy, I believe, 20 a week in the VIP shop, but you need 690 to expertise, right? And he's going to want 5 marches, which is, you know, 10 commanders. So besides Mina, who's just going to buy, right? Because that you could just buy. He's going to need like 3,000 gold heads or something. So it is important for even someone like Cookie to get it. So Walnut, in regards to your point about the pity ruining it, I've seen a lot of different recommendations. I've seen people say, you know, for 4 tokens, so 20 million power push, let us buy a past Zenith skin. There, I'm with you. I disagree with that. I don't think you should be able to get any past skins. Once it's gone, it should be pretty much gone forever, at least a couple of years. He could do something with Hannibal just because he's such a whale, but I don't know. Hannibal's terrible. It's really not worth it. But when you're a whale like him, maybe it becomes worth it, right? It's a little bit of a different subject because we have to look at the other commanders. Like back in the day when I played, you didn't have Pyrrhus or Pyrrhus, however you pronounce it. Thutmose had just come out when I did my second KVK one or third KVK one. But like now you have all these options, right? You have Thutmose, you have Pyrrhus, you have the Epic that comes along with that, things like that. But yeah, Walnut. So like, I don't think you should be able to get the old skins, but you should be able to get the current skin. So if we have a Zenith that is 12, like if we have a Zenith that's a 12% troop health, I should be able to push and get it. But if we have a Zenith that's 12% troop health, I shouldn't be able to go get that 15% archer health that I was just looking at. That's my take. So I'm half there. I think it should have value. The ones you pushed hard to get in the past should be something that's an exclusive benefit. until new skins come out, but that's just how it is. Same with commanders, right? So, yeah. Should you aim for 100k power per day, or do I think you can get more than that? I hate that. The 100k power a day is stupid. It's something that's good when you first start out, let's say first 8 days, but, you know, let's take wall. Let's look at the wall. 100k power a day. Going from 20, you know, let's say 22 to 23, you're getting over 100k, but that's taking, let's say, 7 days to cook or something. I don't know what it is. Let's say it's 4 days, right? So just because you don't get power for 4 days, and then one day you instantly get it, are you, you know, doing it properly? I think it's just such a garbage system of measurement. You know, when my city hall finishes, going 24 to 25, which if you don't know is something like a 90-day construction, which you can speed up, you get helps, you get runes like we talked about, but you get almost, you know, 900,000 power. Does that mean I got 9 days of progress? Like, it's just not a good metric. That's kind of my point, is you can go one day with getting 0 power, another day with getting 0 power besides the troops, whatever, and then a day where you get 1,000,000 power. So it's like, how are you going to measure it? It's kind of silly. But yeah, my ideal zenith, the change I want to see is you make it persist. You make the average skin, let's say, be a 30 million power pity system, which just means if your entire region pushes like crazy, you can get it too. But most regions, like I'm in a BC region pretty much, our zenith top 10 is like, what is it, 16 million, 20 million for a really good theme. So it's like, if I'm going to be pushing 30 million, it's only going to be really competitive regions anyways. I mean, 60 million, like I say in my video a bunch, is literally 2.5 times our top 1. Like, or 2 times, you know, we've seen 30 million plenty of times. But like, why am I going to push 60 million? It's just stupid. So that's kind of that. And then, yeah, I mean, make it 30 million. If you want to make it 40 million for a good leadership thing, I'm okay with that. Fine. It's a pity system, whatever. But make the tokens persist. And that's kind of the bottom ground. The top one change they need to do is make tokens persist. Because if the badges persist and you leave it at 60 million, yeah, it'll literally take me 2 years, but at least I can get a zenith eventually. So that's fine. Your suggestion on that is only pushing gold head events. If you're worried on city theme, early game, forget the name, don't be. Oh, the Lotus. You're talking about Lotus. Do I have it on this account? Let me see. I mean, I assume I do. Let me see. Oh, I don't. That's kind of surprising. But yeah, you're talking about the Lotus. Oh, here, hidden Lotus. Yeah, this theme is trash. You should not be doing it. I'm with you there. This is such a waste of power. You're literally pushing with like no runes or 3% runes and wasting speed ups, wasting time, wasting so much just stuff. This is a trash idea. Unless you're a big spender, then it could potentially be worth it because you're getting speed ups and stuff back. Gold keys are good. But yeah. Welcome back, Mr. Skin. What else do you say? What do you think you should aim for if you don't aim for the 100k a day? Well, that's a good point too, right? Because I think you entered KVK around day 86 or something like that. Let's see if I can figure it out. But that would put you at what, 8.6 million, which is pretty bad for free to play even. I think if you're free to play, if you're even slightly active, you should probably be hitting something like, so yeah, day 80 they're entering the map. They're in pre-KVK. 90, day 90 they entered KVK. So they would be 9 million if you went by your system, the 100k a day. I would say something like 12 million is like you did your right job, you hit 12 million power, but it's not amazing. I mean, like I mentioned, Maggie, who is just a freak of nature, who I cover in a couple of free-to-play videos, it's literally like 12 million power, and I'll show it all. But they're free-to-play at like 12 million power. It's so crazy. At like day 50 or something. Just so impressive. Well, not for free-to-play. I mean, 20 million is like low spender, good job. But 20 million is just, I think that's a bit ambitious for free-to-play. I think 12 to 15 million is the sweet spot at free-to-play level. And then probably like 20 to 25 is low spender. Dolphin is something like 30 to 35. And then a whale is like, you know, tier 5 getting 40 million plus, I'd say. I think that's the proper range. Where's Maggie? So Maggie's free-to-play, as I said. And is top 21, 14 mil. I'm going to be devastated, by the way, if she ever does spend. But she's 14 million as a free-to-play. It's just so crazy. And I cover her in like multiple videos. But she just chains literally endlessly. So crazy. You think it's obtainable? Well, listen. Everything is obtainable. It just depends on your kingdom, right? If I am in a kingdom that's giving me 30 gold chests a day, yeah, I will get the speed ups. You can do the resources on your own by managing farms. You can do that. That's totally feasible if you're in that kingdom. When I was a king, I was a whale. I was tier 5 KVK 1. But when I was a king, my kingdom was just, you know, really getting gold chests. I guess that's the best way to say it. We had a few, I think we had 6 tier 5. We had a person at 85 mil in KVK, or maybe higher. Shout out Soul. No, he doesn't play anymore. But yes, like we had tons of gold chests. Our speed ups were high. But in my kingdom, I don't think it's very realistic to say 20 mil unless you're chaining a ton. But yeah, as far as what's possible, you could definitely hit 20 mil. But I think 12 to 15 mil free to play is the right number. You find yourself lacking behind, you don't know why. You're not super experienced, but you are active, and make sure you use AP constantly, building, gathering, etc. Well, free to play have it rough. If you're just using AP, you're doing forts, which forts are great, but if you're just doing forts, if you're just doing, you know, random upgrades, like let's say you're building, but you're not doing strictly for City Hall upgrades, you're making a mistake, right? And if you're not building with runes and doing all these things, you're making a mistake. If you are not chaining, you're making a mistake. Free to play have to chain. And yes, you get a bunch of speed ups as a free to play chaining, but almost more importantly are the gems, right? And that's something important. Like Maggie, for instance, chains literally. Maggie has almost enough barb kills to be what most would get by SOC, and probably already does. She was at 330 mil barb kills when I interviewed her on just one March. So check out that video if you haven't. It's probably my best video in terms of content so far. It's just all value for free to play. So you only focus on City Hall and you do 30 barbs a day. But I am going to take your advice with the runes. Oh yeah, runes go a long way, right? I mean, the way I always do math is think of it in 100-day increments. If you're spending 100 days on building and speed ups, you could have saved 15 days in just rune. But yeah, like Walnut just said, don't stress it. Power is like totally bull. I mean, even like looking at my main, which, you know, I love my main, but I have like 8 million power in just commanders. So that's like totally not used, right? It's all about getting those positive reports, like he said, or she, I don't know. Walnut, I didn't listen to your video with audio, so but yeah, so it is all about trades. And yes, my free to play is going to be probably something like 10 million power, going to be fighting people who are way higher than that. But because I know what I'm doing with positioning, because my march is going to be you know, the right level with the right talents and all these things. Even because I know how to cheeseburger, right? Like cheeseburger, it's not honorable fighting, but because I know how to cheeseburger, even I'm probably gonna get more KP than some middle spenders because I just like genuinely know what I'm doing. That's just the truth. So it's also about tech. Like I, as I'm gonna point out, barely did my tech, but what I did is I got these two done first, right? And then now I'm working on this where I'm gonna get a couple of these done, move on, and just focus on getting the buffs high. Am I investing in YSG? So I wanted to, but I just straight up am not gonna have the gems or the gold heads. So no, I'm gonna skip it. I'm also not active enough on this account to chain. So it's, well, I used to chain, but now I'm busy. So that's not as big of a deal for me because I'm not chaining with them. But if you can expert it to get that circle AoE, I definitely recommend it. It's definitely a recommended thing that I like pass out. Should I refine something right now? Just for the hell of it. Could do the boots probably. Oh wait, no, I would do this. Yeah, let me see the blueprints. Let me see if I have one. Oh, I have 4. You try to help Kingdom with leadership more than focus power. Yeah, I mean, again, I will urge you to make sure you are aware of like just your own stuff. Helping leadership rather than power. I mean, I don't know. Leadership is one of those things where you can put a ton of work in and then have a miserable KVK because you're trading bad, because you have no idea what's going on march wise, or you were doing too much leadership, you didn't do guards, you didn't go to ruins, well, not ruins but guards, you get the point, and you are fielding level 52 Sun and just fighting a straight uphill battle as a free to play. Like, you have to control the controllables, right? And what you can control as a free to play is getting the level. You may not be able to get a Martel that's expert, but you can get a Sun Tzu who's level 60. That's something you should be getting. Or whatever your commander pair is. It should be level 60. Free to play can control that. You can't control that if you do, and this is why I stopped leveling actually, but if you do Bjorn to level 50 and then you do Sun to level 50 and then you do Martel to level 50, you're going to be screwed. Bibar's Aethel is actually pretty good for Cav. So Bibar's is phenomenal. And if you're not aware, sorry, just had to think for a second. If you're not aware, it's the reason it's so crazy is because it doesn't get decreased. So it deals direct damage to 5 enemies with a factor of 1000 period. Let's look at even Sun Tzu, who's by far the best epic. He doesn't have it either, right? Deals damage 800. I actually thought he did have it, so it's kind of awkward. But let's look at, I don't know, who has it? Thutmose? So deals a factor of 800. Each additional factor reduces damage by 15%. So that's something that Bybars and Sun don't have, which is what makes them so strong. You could do Bybars Aethel. The problem you're going to run into is it's going to be very, very, why can't I think of the word? Glass cannon, I guess is kind of what I'm going to say. Like, you'll get big AoE, big damage, but it's going to get wrecked once it's focused. That's just something, once you understand positioning, you're going to want to do. Walnut, I don't know for KVK2 yet. If I do keep up this account as I plan, believe it or not, I am going to pivot to a Siege main. Yes. Yep. I'm going to do it. I will be an engineering main on my restart. So, yep, that's a thing. Sun Tzu 8th is a great infantry march. Yep. And then you could do Baybar's 8th or Bybars, whatever. But it'll get pretty focused. But it'll be strong. It'll do good damage. 5511 Martel is good enough to do a Sun Martel. You could definitely do a Sun Martel with 5511. what I will potentially throw out there to you is Martel gets less focused than Sun. So you could theoretically do Martel Sun as the March, especially because you may not need the skill tree since you don't have skill synergy with Martel. But if your Sun is really high level and you try to pivot a Martel, you don't want to screw yourself. That's just like a thing to know. I mean, as far as how many tombs do I have, it's nothing impressive. I mean, I'm really not active as much as I should be, and that's like a huge problem, as I keep saying. So, oh, actually, I have more than this, but you know, 3,300. So I could show it like this. I guess is a better way to do this. I mean, I have some, but it scales crazy when you go to 50 to 60. Zebediah, you want to see what siege mains are? Let me show you. And Walnut, yeah, I've seen a ton of people do archer main. The main reason I'm not doing it is because I have my main, right? So it's like my main account has 4 or 5 marches that I'm going to run 4 marches. And they're all different troop types. And then I'll let my restart do that. Alright, so Zebediah, I hope you're here. So I'm doing this to show you. I did this for a video, actually. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was just pure memes, like the background. So, that's fine. Yeah, I have to do research. Archimedes and Mary just came out. I did see that. Oh god, Empress is here. Why don't I deactivate the starting animation? You could do that? What pops up? I didn't know you could deactivate that. What pops up if you deactivate that? Martel Sun is better than Sun Martel by far. Yeah, well that's what I was saying earlier, is one of the biggest benefits you'll get is the amount of focus you're going to get will be so much less. So yeah. So this is what Siege looks like once you get the formation for them. And this is just like totally for the memes, what I'm doing right now, just so I could show you. This is a new song I found. It's one of the copyright-free ones. All these are copyright-free. That's crazy. I didn't know you could disable the starting animation. That's actually nuts. What? I gotta see what pops up now. Oh, is that too far? Oh, come on. Really? Come on. Ay. You gotta deactivate it now. Ugh, that is so fucking annoying. Ay. I don't know, for those of you that weren't here, I did Golden Kingdom on my main here. I got 99%. So that was something. So you can see this. But yeah, this is Siege. You get these engineering commanders. And I hope Zebediah you're here, because I'm kind of doing this to show you, because I think everyone else knows. But yeah, so it's basically like you get these towers that just ping into them. Do they auto attack? So once you have War Frenzy, they do. You do have to do the initial attack. I think if they're attacking an alliance member, they may do it. But for something like this, you saw I just had to do that manually. But yeah, once they enter the zone, if you're already aggroed, it should auto attack. But these are like fake marches, basically. So like, don't worry about this damage. A really strong, normal, geared up siege is actually pretty impressive. But yeah, let me see if there's a KVK fight. That's probably the better way to show this now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, I can't believe I could disable that animation. That like actually blows my mind. Okay, here we go. Oh, and it's a good one too. S+. So, oh, it's a pass too? Alright, that's perfect. There should be tons of siege here. So it's not an opening. What if the player gets out of range and another player goes will it switch automatically? That's a good question. Let me think. It should. It definitely, I believe it should switch automatically. If it doesn't switch automatically, like, you can manually do it. But if it's in a ball fight, you should be able to, it should switch. I mean, like, I don't know why they don't have it. It's kind of surprising. I guess because passes are back and forth. But if there was a siege tower for the gray side right here, and these guys are doing ball fights back and forth, this would be shooting. Let's say he goes over there, it would switch to this guy. I just don't know if it's like one person walks through, if it would switch automatically. Because it becomes a little different when it's not like a generalized thing. Is there any ball fight here? No. Oh, it's on this side, right? Yeah. So who has siege? Perfect. Alright. So once it loads. So anything that walks in here, or like you can see this guy, he's just going to hit all these people as they're walking in. It will run automatically. The problem you run into, let's say this player here, Mikhail, is running marches, and he's fighting, and the ball keeps pushing, he keeps fighting. You may lose track that you have to retreat it, and it basically takes 7 or 8 seconds to disengage. But when you regain field like they just did, you could push them back. But a lot of times what'll happen is you'll be getting, let's say you've dealt 200,000 severely wounded, and you've only taken 60, and then they push properly, you get swarmed. Like, let's see if it happens right now. But you get swarmed down, and you take another 70k, and it evens out. Oh, is this Chadsky? Is this Chadsky's main? Does he have KVK right now? Oh, I didn't know Chadsky had KVK. That's crazy. Or is this not him? This may not be him. I don't know. But yeah, so they're pretty cool. You can see it switched over here, so it does auto switch. Let's see, this one's not shooting. So maybe he doesn't have frenzy, because it should be shooting. You're planning on running one siege with the epics, but you're not sure about the mechanics. I unironically suggest to you to test it in the expedition. Is that what it's called? Exhibition? Like, totally unironically, I'm recommending that. You just learn kind of the basic mechanics of it. Besides the engaging and not engaging type stuff. So. But learning the timings of like how long it takes to break down and then retreating, and it's really tough. You do get your march eaten alive a couple times. It definitely happened to me, I could admit that. They don't seem to have any on this side. What commanders are available for Siege and KVK 2? I could show you. But you don't want to screw up, right? Like, I screwed up. I made this set here, which is like a decent set. You could straight up just use gathering gear. Like, it's fine. And you just get the talent. But I don't even use this. I don't even use him, like, at all. So that was, like, completely wasting mats. Which isn't a problem if you use gathering gear, because it's bones. So, the commanders that are available in KVK 2, for Siege, I don't think you have Margaret yet, but what you will have is these two, the epics, Catherine and Narcissus. I don't really know how to pronounce it. They're both pretty decent, especially KVK 2 wise. You know, they gain rage. I believe she does a buff, or debuff technically. The target takes more damage. So they're not bad. The new commanders, I don't seem to. Why is it not visible? Why are Archimedes not visible here? That's odd. He's in the game. Didn't I see him? That's so weird. Is he in the tavern? No, he's not in the tavern. Why don't I see him? Well, I see him in the MGE. Oh no, there's a Cav MG. I must have saw him in the last wheel or something. So if I migrate my restart, it's just totally going to depend on what my goals for the account ends up being, as well as how that kingdom's doing. Right now, I have no intention of migrating anything. And I get asked all the time if I'm migrating my main to the restart. I have no intention of ever leaving my main's kingdom, 2877, until probably the kings quit, or you know, if they change, they want to do like a high A seed or something that I can't keep up with, because I really like how they run things. I think they're great kings. I think the people are really enjoyable to be around in the kingdom. So I don't intend to migrate that account. But if something happens here that I dislike, or I don't know, just I have no intentions of migrating. I guess that's the bottom line. Let's see. Can I? So 2877 is a mid B right now. It's one of those kingdoms that is quality over quantity. We have very few people overall, but we have really strong quality players. Let me see something here. We go to this. I once made this was going to be a restart like a year ago or something, or whatever, whenever this kingdom came out, and I just got bored and gave up. It was going to be a siege main. You couldn't tell by the name Siege Meta. But what I'm trying to do is go to a KVK 2 kingdom to show it off to you guys. Here's a restart event if you don't know it. Yeah, I really do enjoy Siege. It's quite fun. Walnut, I just saw now you said that it doesn't really fit your playstyle, and I think that's valid, right? And that was my point in a way, is I made a whole gear set for my main, and then even though like I got pretty much even trades if I positioned it correctly, which I did, it just wasn't fun. I like still didn't have any fun with it. None of these are good. All right, let me look. What was I doing? Okay, I am taking a look at engineering. All right, so I don't know why Mary and Archimedes weren't even in my commander list, but these are the other KVK2 commanders. I believe Zebediah, you asked. So you'll get Narcissus, Catherine. I butchered these names. But you'll also get Mary, and you'll get Archimedes. That just isn't true. I don't know who told you that, but that's just not true. I'm responding to what should be my role as infantry because apparently it isn't good open field. I don't know who told you that, but they're smoking something. There's no troop type in this game that is bad. You know, it comes and goes in metas, and there are times where infantry are going to be the best in the game, etc., etc., but none of them are like totally unusable. And you may have heard archers were for the past year, and the reason behind that isn't because they were bad, it's because they were so good that they're over focused. So you just said I thought Cav is best because it's fast. So let me show you why you are so potentially wrong. So March speed is slept on, and since you're a new player, I'm actually glad that you brought this up so I could, you know, bring this to your attention. Being fast is potentially like the worst thing you could be, because maybe not for you right now because you have one march. When you are fielding multiple marches, going first means you're getting hit first, right? And while the expedition may not be a good example of things, let me find a different one. There, this is perfect. While exhibition may not be a good example of things like a ball fight, it does show off march speed, and that's what I want to show to you. So let's do these 4, or we'll do my normal 4, right? So archers and infantry are slow, cavalry are fast. So let's say I'm grouping up my marches like you're supposed to do so that they all hit properly, and I want to go attack, I don't know, Richard, right? And we go send them all. What you'll see is that the cavalry are the fastest, and so they're getting aggroed first, right? Now they're getting hit first, and not the archers, not the infantry, because they're so fast. And so what you have to be careful of is when you're fighting with multiple marches like I am right now, you don't end up just face tanking with cavalry because they were the first to get there and first to engage. So again, if we show that with infantry, let's just do this. It's again, look at that, right? And so Nevsky, being the cavalry, is going to get there before him. And it may not be a ton, but when you're fighting in a ball, like you saw the dot mode earlier, all the aggro going on him means he's taking the brunt of the damage. And there's really no troop type in this game besides, like, you know, if you're running a Martel Pakal or Pakal Martel, things that are meant to be hit so that they deal counterattack damage. Very few marches are meant to be tanking, and that's just the truth, right? So that's also why, by the same notion, someone like barbs, who we recommended to you, or Walnut specifically recommended to you, where is he? He does that huge march speed nerf, and that could really, really mess up some people, you know? So just something important to know. You may or may not have really realized the importance of march speed. That's not something I realized until SOC, when you are doing massive scale ball fights. So yeah, just something important. March speed is probably the biggest thing that people don't think about. So, ooh, Apex finally answered me. I'm trying to figure out my my home gang lineup. I talked about this in the beginning of the stream, or earlier in the stream. I'm trying to fix this, but yeah, I've got to set this up to be strong as possible. Do I believe an account is ever way too far behind? You quit halfway through KVK 1 because you're only 7.5 million. So I don't think that power. This is what Walnut said earlier too, and I agree with him. You shouldn't be measuring by power, right? And I've talked about power. We all use it as a metric in some way. But if you're 7.5 million and, you know, you have the right tech, but for some reason, I don't know, something went wrong somewhere, you can still be fine. It's just something where you can... Sorry, I'm answering questions on Discord while I'm doing this. Let me go address this. Basically, yes, you can be behind, you can be too behind. But do you want to use power to judge? No. And so a good example of that is, if we look at power, this is a 270 million power player. He is going to do the exact same thing that this player, if they have max tech and this, you know, same gear, all these people are doing the same thing. They're all going to be probably 7 March players. They're all going to have max tech. It's all the same. You said it wasn't really the power, level 60 minimum tech, 200k tier 4, etc. So, like I said, like, you can be too behind, and it may be the truth that you were too behind. But you're also talking about the middle of KVK 1, which is like very early on. Like, you can pretty easily recover back then. Nowadays, you can't go back to that account, obviously. But the real problem there is 200k tier 4 minimal tech, because levels you can fix. I mean, I don't think I showed this yet, but look at this, right? Like, I have so much XP. It's not like you need it soon. But if I were you, what I would have figured out is if you could hard focus a troop type. Like, let's say you are doing 200k tier 4 infantry. Yes, you do a lot of infantry stuff with Martel and KVK 1. Maybe you only join the Mina rallies and kill all of your cavalry so you meet your deads requirement, but that's it, right? And maybe do nothing else, you know? So it is tough though. Like, if you are behind, you are behind. But I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm 100 million power, so I'm behind. Or sorry, sorry. I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm 7 million power, so I'm behind. Not that you said that. I know you just said it wasn't about the power. But definitely use other metrics. Definitely weigh it by gear. Gear is a huge one for KVK 1. So I'm listening to my boss man here. Said to do this. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of. You said, look, you would get alliances, so you need a hard focus. 200k was only in. Yeah, so like, that's not even a problem. Just don't, or unfortunately, don't join garrisons. And yes, you won't contribute as much, but just kill off all your cavalry. If you do archer rallies with Utmost or something, join them, kill it off. So like, my plan to contribute to this KVK, the KVK 1, is I plan to kill every single infantry, cavalry, and archer that I have in my KVK 1. Because I'm going to go siege mate, right? So I can lose every single troop that I own and then pivot. So that's like how I've rationalized it. So he told me to do interesting. This is going to be interesting. Where is Mulan? Mulan is what, integration? Okay. We just got to set up this lineup before reset. On your account now, you're focusing gear quite a bit and making sure to buy everything from the VIP shop. Well, please, for the love of God, don't be spending gems on gear. I did that when I was a whale. I now know I shouldn't have done that, so don't do that. Hope you're not. We need one siege. Do this. Oh, oops. Yo, welcome to the stream. I gotta put a color behind that transparent chat. Don't do Legion Mulan unless it's expertise. Yeah, it's exercise. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're on my main right now. This is all, you know, most of my stuff is expertise. And I'm listening. I've got a really good Canyon person in Discord that's telling me what to change my lineup to. This is the one thing I'm bad at. I really don't know Canyon like at all, so I have no problem just listening to him. Yeah, so this is what he wants me to change it to, and I think I'm gonna listen. Because I kind of subscribe to, if you don't know anything, listen. Hit you in Canyon? I don't think I can. I think I used it all. What's your account again? I can't remember. Alright, so that's set. Yeah, so you're getting 20 wind swept every week. So my main is in 2877. And my... Did I just say Canyon or did I do Sunset? Let me see. My main is in 2877. My restart is in 3873. If you were in my first stream ever the other day, you will know that I constantly was saying the wrong kingdom, like an absolute like noob. So, you know, that was something. I'm not even gonna touch this. Who cares? I don't even care about Lost Canyon. And then I will fix the home gang, which is the whole point of this, because this gives me what's called stratagem coins, I guess, or currency, the points, which let me buy these, which is literally just like save resources, save money, save, you know, do more damage, etc. You're setting up and organizing AOO. Just wondering, do most alliances after prep season take 3 teams into AOO? That is very dependent on your kingdom. My kingdom, when I was a king back in 2811, I was a 4 alliance kingdom, all full, all active until the end of KVK 2. Then we dropped to 3 alliances, then we dropped to 2 alliances, and then 1 for SOC. Or after that. It was like after KVK 5 or something. And when we were KVK 1 and KVK 2 with 4 alliances, each of those alliances probably held 2 AOOs. And so that was, you know, like 8 different AOOs and shells. Yeah, I mean, but it is dependent, right? Like you said, do most alliances take 3 teams? If your alliance alone is taking 3 teams, that's a good sign. That means you have a lot of active players. Ideally, as many people want to do it organized with you and your kingdom should be doing it. So that's good. It's a good sign for you. What was I doing? Changing the lineup. I'm a whale. So we talked with this quite a lot now, but I am fully free to play on my restart, which I think is a relatable bit for most people to see. Need to get rid of more. Let's do something like this and swap new forward, BQ. I'm just completely copying what this awesome person in my kingdom told me to do. So Arthur, QSH, they're all max, right? Yeah, 14. Alright, I think that's fine as far as that setup goes. And I like him there because he'll fan out like that and hopefully hit the top lane. Yeah. Do you get rewards from winning AOO from each team? No. Well, you get one, right? You get the alliance's reward. So like, for instance, if A77N, my alliance, runs AOO, I'll get the benefit of that even if I joined, you know, a silver arc, which is usually what I do, because I honestly, it stresses me out playing arc and like having to be there on time and all those things, so I just do my own thing. Yes, I lose a lot of value, but I think it's better to not be burned out than to, you know, why burn out and quit when you could just do a decision that's right for you, right? Is Liu Alex still good? Yeah, it's good. The benefit of Liu Alex is longevity, but it's not meta. Or sorry, it is meta, but it's probably the 3rd best March you could do. BQLC is probably the best. I would argue something like Ragnar Scipio could even be a 2nd, but before that, probably LC William Wallace for general field. For altar fights where you want to survive a bit longer, you can do LC Alex. Totally viable on the field, I guess is my point. You said we could only do 1 team right now. Unfortunately, we're recruiting more active people and don't even have 80 slots right now. Well, I will be honest with you. You did say you're in the top 3, so most kingdoms that either means you are a big kingdom or you're in likely a dead-ish alliance. So I don't know which way it's going. If you don't have 80 slots at that point in your kingdom, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say anything too harsh towards you, but it may not be the most elite alliance there, you know? Which is not really a big deal because you can just join up another alliance. For KVK, I mean. Because 80 slots, I mean, I think... Let's take a look. This is my restart kingdom now, which is free to play for those of you that just joined. You know, our top 4 is at 95 slots. Our top, you know, 89 and with 60 in it, and that's like a relevant alliance. 83, 92. But I guess, you know, with me saying that, if you are at like 70 players and they're all very active, that's totally good. Like, I can't say anything towards that. Do I do account reviews? So, someone earlier this stream wanted me to review their account, and they, I believe, sent it to me. And so I will be doing my first ever account review and posting a video on it. Probably, what's today? Friday? Saturday? I don't know. Friday? Yeah, I went to work earlier today. I'm like fried. But yeah, so I'll be doing that probably this weekend and making that video. So yeah, if you want to send me information, you can either send it to my Discord, Pethris, or you can send it to this character, my main, because that's just who I'm on right now. A little bit more since it is my account in KVK, right? So you can just send either a video of like, what's it called? A video, a screen recording of you going through it to my Discord, or screenshots. I don't want to open my chats, but these 5 messages should be that person sending their account. So if you want your account reviewed, I will do it for a video, but I probably won't do it without a video in context. I also mentioned this earlier, but once I hit 800 subs or so, enough that I feel like I could have an active Discord, I will be making my own Discord where I'm going to do Flux giveaways, which I know people get excited about. So I will be doing Flux giveaways once I'm around there, as well as account reviews that probably get posted in that Discord, as well as videos. You said you have 81 slots, but I would say the main reason... Hold up. See, the main reason is that we are focusing territory over greater alliance too. Unless you're at flag cap, that's a mistake. You always want to try to get the most people in your alliance as possible. You don't think... Oh no, I'm sure your kingdom isn't a dead kingdom. It's about making sure your alliance isn't a dead kingdom. Isn't a dead alliance. And just because you don't have tier 5, that doesn't mean anything bad for you guys. It's about your region, right? Like if you're fighting like 3 tier 5, that could be a problem. But otherwise, you're probably okay. Alright. The person who mentioned the starting animation just sent it to me again, so let me do that. I'm also going to set this up too. I have to set a lot up. Where are you? Here? Alright, hold up. What in the world does disabling the starting animation do? Does it just wait? Hey, it still did this. Or do I have to restart? I think I probably have to restart. Yeah, you're welcome to send me the details and I'll go over it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, Zebediah. I mean, I could take a look at your kingdom, I suppose, but like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, just being straight up honest, because why would I waste either of our time, right? Like, if someone's threatening your zone 1 sanctums, usually it's you send one player to teleport here, they deal with the threat, and that's it. Like, it's not like a big diversion, unless you have a civil war. Do you have a civil war? Because a civil war would change that, obviously. Like if you got fort dropped on your center fort in zone 1, and you haven't pivoted yet. Maybe I like that video thing, you know? You ever thought about that? Okay. But the big thing that I hate, and I'm curious what you think, honestly, Svan, is the new graphics. I love the new graphics. I know a lot of people hate it, but like, look, I just think it looks so much cleaner, especially stuff like this. And then the King of All Britain doesn't have new graphics, which to me is just like torturous. I hate not having new graphics. So the second, I know I complained about that in our Kingdom Discord, but the second I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a long time. Like, look at this. It just looks like, and this is how I used to play for years, but it just looks so much worse. Like, it has a nice like rustic look to it almost, but it just looks, I think it looks so much worse personally. You don't have a civil war. Oh, excuse me. You don't have a civil war, but we were bumped out of top 3 of people not in the family or building to our sanctum. Yeah. Oh, it just sounds like you may not have a stable kingdom yet. You know? Or, you know, you have a shitty top 1 that isn't willing to help out a top 3. And you had a migrant group come in that's trying to like usurp or something. I mean, I'm just theorizing, right? But hopefully they help you figure that out. I don't know why, if you are the family of the top 1 and someone's trying to bump you out, that's pretty odd. I mean, unless there's just behind the scenes Diplo that is going on that you're not being told, which is also pretty messed up if that is the case, considering you're in leadership. I mean, but yeah, I was thinking like you know, some rando alliances like right here, let's say, and they like tap a flag and then you send a player to go deal with it. But you still have fog, I believe, so I can't even go like take a look at your kingdom, which is kind of frustrating. I would love to watch a good civil war. I don't know if you saw, but I actually watched. Ooh, did a zone just open or something? What is the pass? It's maybe the pass. I actually made a video on a civil war in our main enemy, but I think they sorted it for now. We'll see. I hear some conflicting rumors on that. Yeah, I have fog. I guess you do too. That makes sense. Top 1 is good. They will help us. We need to build so they can't take it. Yeah. The only reason I mentioned that, Zebediah, is because it's very odd to have a alliance that's powerful enough to usurp the top 3 power spot that's not in family still. That's like a pretty odd Diplo issue. Usually that's either like they have a whale, but you said you didn't have there's no tier 5. So usually it's like a whale, but you're trying to cooperate with them because you want to keep the tier 5. That's typically what happens in KVK 1 Diplo, or Home Kingdom Diplo, really. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't worry. I'm sure you guys will be fine, especially if you have a good relationship with the top 1. And the top 2 is also family. I think you'll be more than fine. And I'll watch. You know, I want to spectate a lot of KVK 1s. I may do some streams that, rather than me doing things like Golden Kingdom, it's just like this, like just straight up watching KVK. Oh, and for whoever, we were talking to this guy earlier, he's still here. Are you in zone 3? Like, are you allowed in zone 3? Because that's usually a pretty big indicator on if you're going to be like a real quote-unquote alliance, or if you're just like a, you know, dead weight. Not dead weight, it's the wrong word I'm using. If you're going to be a real alliance or KVK, where you're not just a shell drop, if you're in zone 3, it's a decent indicator that you may be considered a real alliance. If you're not, you're probably more of like a past locking drop situation, like one of these forts. Oh, wait, I'm like messing up your kingdom number. I thought you were a slightly older kingdom. You're slightly younger. Yeah, it's funny how easy and honest the solution of, hey, just go whale up is. Because, like, as funny as it is true. You want to solve your problem? Alright, go unlock tier 5. You can figure it out. It's only like 10G. Nothing like a little 10G to make the pain go away, right? Did I say the wrong number again? God damn. Yeah, I don't think you're in the last stream, but I literally could not stop confusing the numbers. I would just constantly say the wrong number. Oh, that's what happened to one of your Civil Wars? Yeah, I mean, my kingdom was stable back when I was a king, but... Oh, were you the one who did it? You usurped it? You were the tier 5 one? That's funny. Or even not tier 5, but you were the one who made the mess. God, look at these Imperium players. God, so powerful. It's crazy. I'm trying to think. I mean, we could just spectate and chill for a little bit more before I have to go. But I'm trying to think what else we can do. I did all my stuff on both accounts, I believe. I could check if I finished my dailies, actually. Yeah, I did the daily. I forget who it was, but someone was talking to me recently about how they were focusing on upgrading all their farms on my restart so that they could have like generation. I was like, dude, go take a look at the production per hour. Because it's like you generate like 21k per hour, or like 50k per hour, and then you have to do 100 mil for like the city hall upgrade. So it's pretty hilarious, honestly. Make sure I do the daily on him. I don't vibe with the song. And the song's called Just Hits Different. Let's find out. Oh, Zebediah. That gives me some insight into your situation. Yeah, I mean, I've heard of it. I know exactly what happened now. One second. You said push through your accounts to 110 mil, and that was the time max VIP was VIP 18, 3v15. Okay, so did you recharge? Or not recharge, did you refund? Or did you just go nuts? That's impressive. I mean, 3 accounts to 110 mil is like, you're really slamming it on the table there. Okay, so how do I say this? So Zebediah, what almost definitely occurred, I will call a merge. I'm assuming. So do you remember I said a shell, right? What a shell is, and you can't really see. Oh wait, you can see it here. Perfect. A shell is an alliance like this. So yeah, this is our top 5 alliance, right? But you notice the R5 here, the leader, is a farm. And so what it is it's just for a fort drop. Now, if your alliance is no longer has the R5, no longer has the R4s, etc. Well, no, I'm not necessarily thinking that they're abandoning you guys. What I think happened is that your R4s and your leader merged into the main alliance, probably for gold chests, realistically, right? I think that's what happened. I mean, it's not crazy. Most kingdoms do that. Even strong kingdoms, even weak kingdoms, kingdoms in tier 5. You just merge. It's just kind of the nature of things. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you also told me that, you know, the top 10 to 15 players of that alliance also left to join. And then you guys got some lower people from the top alliances. Yeah. I mean, again, it's not something that is like a bad thing. You just don't want to be the guy who's stuck there doing all the work and not ever getting a gold chest. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be the hardworking grunt while they're living it up. It's basically the message, I guess. And the point of them putting the farm there is that they can keep not access, but keep control of the shell no matter what happens. And like, if they needed a fort drop, if they needed to, you know, even make sure you don't have the permission to stock it with passports, those type of things, they can do that. Yeah. And I mean, you may people have different reactions in this game. Some people get out of leadership and they hate it. Ooh, hello. See what I get. Hey, nice. 15 hours. Won't send any of our high power players there. Well, it may have already happened, and you can take a look if you don't know this. You go to your settings, alliance log, members, and you can see the people that joined and left. So if you have a long list of, like, you know, when your leader left, if it's like R5 left, R4, R4, like all, etc., and there's like 4 other members there, you may be able to tell, right? Like, for instance, he kicked all these people. This is our R5. You may be like, why did he kick all these people? Clearly something happened, right? So what this was we kicked everyone who didn't contribute to alliance mobilization. So again, like, you could use the member log to kind of take a look at what is occurring or know when something occurred and then figure it out from there. But yeah, again, I do think you're fine. I think your account's fine. I think your kingdom sounds like it's organized and doing things properly. It just seems like it's very typical, and you don't want to fall behind because they're rushing to progress their players. Was there also like an occupation? Because that's usually tied into it too. There's often like a you know, shrines are opening and they go there, they get 3 shrines there, then they come back to your alliance, they get 3 shrines there, like that sort of thing. Though you definitely know about that because I'm sure they did it for sanctums and all that stuff. See, but you only miss those times because you're not in them. Like, it is so true that right now I'm like, ugh, like, why am I even doing a restart? I miss those SOC wars. Like, I can't wait to start war again because being in this is like, it's such a slog. I'm like, you have to understand, when you go to send a march to go kill some barbs and you can field 1 march, you want to jump off a bridge. Versus my main, where I'm like, oh, 5 marches? I wish I could send 10 marches. You know, it's basically like being zeroed, except you weren't zeroed. Alright, let me, Alright, I believe I'm gonna wrap it up pretty quickly now. I'm gonna finish this. Need to go send something, grab a rune. Alright, I'll figure that out after. You said you got shrines and stuff with them, but you think they only left you there because they didn't trust that other farms. Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's good. If the king and the R5s trust you, that'll go a long way in terms of, even if your alliance does die, you can just join the main alliance, get the occupations when you need it. You know, they will very, very highly value the shell. So it's like they're never going to want to like mess with you and then ruin that, right? So yeah, a lot of people do that with the spending and then quitting. I mean, that's kind of one of those things where it's like ouch. That's why I made my restart free, because if that happened, it wasn't a big deal. It's also not that stressful because like I don't know. It's content, right? It's free to play. So, but yeah, thank you both for joining. Thank everyone for joining. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got the chill. I think this will get posted afterwards, but you know, we'll see. And if you do want to send me stuff so I can do an account review, because I do plan to start that series, go for it. I'm also doing an 1,000-day account review on a player, actually Oob, who was here earlier. He's about to hit 1,000 days in his account, so I was going to do a review of him. And I'll happily review you guys too if you want to send it to me. But yeah, take care everyone. I will stream the very near future if I could figure out